They've battled it out before. Two massive forum communities, members of Supercell's official Clash of Clans forum and the well-known clashers of the Reddit community. In their previous war showdown, the forums escaped with a narrow one-star victory over Team Reddit. Hello, welcome to Lahti, Finland. I'm your host, Powerbang, and we have today an epic rematch between the Supercell forums and Team Reddit. Will the Supercell forums take the cake once again, or will Team Reddit have their revenge? Galadon, what do you think?
Thanks, Powerbang. Well, I wouldn't jump to any conclusions. Things are really still up in the air right now. It's a 40 versus 40 clan war, and we'll be watching attacks from the final 2 hours. We'll be watching attacks from Town Halls 9, 10, and 11. 5 members of the Supercell forums and 5 members of the Reddit clan have joined us here in Finland, and the war is already underway. Welcome to Lahti, Finland. I am your host, Galadon, here with Powerbang, and we're going to bring you the Supercell forums versus Reddit clan war.
That's right, we've had a war going now between Team Reddit and the forums. It's been going for 22 hours thus far. We are here to cover the final 2 hours and see who's going to take the cake.
That's right, it's a 40 versus 40 clan war. 5 members from each clan are here with us in the studio. We are going to watch some live attacks. But first, let's introduce Team Forums and see what they did to prepare for this war.
Team Forums is supremely confident there will be a repeat of their previous victory over Team Reddit. We're about to find out what makes them so sure of themselves.
My in-game name is Pickles. I'm a Town Hall 9. My home clan is the Pennington Mob, and I'm on Team Forums. I chose my game name based on my daughter's favorite food, which is pickles. My favorite place to do my war attacks is either in my lazy boy or in my office, where the dog can't bother me or sit on my lap. The forums are better than Reddit simply because we're just more attractive. Your base just got pickled.
My name is Smolson. I'm a Town Hall 10. My hobbies are Clash of Clans, Clash Royale. I also do some karaoke. Generally speaking, I play for at least 1, maybe 2 hours a day if I have the time. Hopefully at home when I'm comfortable, but sometimes, you might have to pull over and do it there. I practice to improve by playing the Goblin maps.
I'm Holtz. I'm a Town Hall 11. I'm in Team Forums, and my home clan is Power Rider. I play for too long, probably. I even get up an hour earlier than I need to for work, to play before I go to work. When I get home from work, when I'm at work, so yeah, I play for too long. My favourite place to do my war attacks, there's a bar stool in the kitchen that I sit on. Lights have to be right, the radio has to be off, no noise, yeah, and that's where I sit, if I can get away with it. In what ways do I practice? I probably do what most clashers out there do. Watch videos, watch other people attack that are far better attacker than I am, and then drop my first troop and forget everything that I plan to do and wing it.
I'm Locke, and I'm going to float your boat. I first found the game in August of 2012, and I've been hooked ever since. My favourite place to do my war attacks is definitely on stream in front of 3 million people. The forums are better than Reddit because we're all so attractive.
I am Christina. I started play 2 years ago when I saw an announcement on the TV, and I loved so much this game that I hooked up all my family to play with me, and we created a home clan. I play per day about 4 hours, but if you ask my son, he'll say I play all the time.
They're attractive, they're confident. Now let's see if they can back up the talk and sail their way to victory.
All right, there they are, the Supercell forums. Welcome. Let's go ahead and introduce you starting from the end. We've got first Pickles.
Hi.
Welcome, Pickles. I visited your clan once before.
Indeed you did, and created quite a stir with requests to join our clan at the Pennington Mob, and YouTubers showed up to even videotape the fact that you're even in there.
Very cool. Well, make sure you give them a shout out.
Hi Pennington Mob, hi family, I love you.
All right, next up is Smolson. Smolson, you're not wearing the same shirt you wore in the intro video. What is that on your shirt?
This is the SS Smolson.
The SS Smolson. I've seen that picture before somewhere. Yep. I'm not sure where. All right, and next up in the middle, the first Town Hall 11, Holps. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
And Holps, I hear you've got a big group of fans, family and friends, maybe throwing like stream parties or something tonight?
Yeah, we've got family over in Australia. Big shout out to the Adelaide clan, the Aussie Lyles, my own little clan down in Kent in the UK. Hi, Thomas and Elizabeth, and my wife, obviously. Love you guys.
Awesome. And next up, Locke, the great Locke. Welcome back. Not your first rodeo.
Yeah, thanks. Good to be back.
So you ready for this? Another Town Hall 11?
Oh, yeah, I'm pumped. I think we got this in the bag.
Yeah, it's exciting so far, that's for sure. Okay, and last but not least, of course, Christina, who's maybe traveled further than just about anybody to get here.
Yeah, I live in Canada, but I'm from Brazil.
Excellent. So you have a lot of family back home watching as well?
Yes, family and friends.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Well, great to meet the forums. You guys have put on a heck of a performance so far in the war. We've got another team in the house, though, as well, the famous clashers of the Reddit community. Let's go ahead and get introduced to them.
Their game faces are on. Team Reddit comes into this war with a chip on their shoulder. Looking for what they feel will be a certain victory, Team Reddit explains why they are the superior forum.
My name is Kim Jong-un. My home clan is Reddit Zen. I'm in Town Hall 10. I'm playing on the Team Reddit side. I started playing in February 2015. Some coworkers got me into Clash of Clans and then quit and left me by myself. I'm a geek. My hobbies include programming and information security. My favorite place to do my war attacks is laying on the floor. I was the only Town Hall 10 they could find that wanted to come to Finland.
My name's Tarlis. My home clan is Sagittari, and my second clan is the Rated, and my tournament clan is Team Reddit. I started playing Clash in June of 2013. I was getting into skydiving and needed to do something between jumps. I don't know how long per day I play, and I don't think I want to know. My role in this war will be to assess the situation, probably going to be dipping on a Town Hall 10, but if things go great, then maybe I'll be able to hit a Town Hall 11.
You think this is a game? My name is Goatman12. I'm a Town Hall 9. My home clan is Reddit Alchemy, and I am representing Team Reddit. Goatman is because I used to own a bunch of goats. You know, it's actually my wife that came up with that name. My favorite place to do my war attacks would probably be in my recliner at home. You know, what's a man without his throne?
I'm Apex from Team Reddit. Beware the Golem. I started playing the game in end of 2014 in December. It was a bonding experience with my son. Oh, I got the nickname Apex on deployment in the Navy. I'm a pretty competitive guy. My favorite place to do my war attacks is either on the couch or in the bathroom. Gotta hide from my kids. I'll be attacking late in the war, so my role will be to just six-pack forums.
My name is Princess Leonie. I'm a Town Hall 9. My home clan is Reddit Viper. I started playing in April 2014. My son was playing and he got me to play. That's how I got my name as well, because he said I can pick any name. And I was like, ooh, I want to be a princess, and kind of stuck. My favorite place to do my war attacks is in the lounge, once the kids have gone to bed and the dogs are quiet and the bird is sleeping. Reddit is better than forums because for us it's more than just a game. It's a life, and we win.
The time for Smack Talk is over. It's time to settle it on the battlefield. Team Forum versus Team Reddit starts now.
Some awesome intro videos there from Team Reddit and the forums of Supercell. But let's take an opportunity to talk to the Reddit guys in a little bit more detail. First up, we've got Kim Jong-un, the only Town Hall 10 that could make it out here. I was the only power bang they could find as well. Got to give you the softball question, my friend. How did you come up with the name?
The name is just something that's memorable. It always gets a reaction. And I want to apologize in advance for any international scandals that the screen might cause.
Well, hopefully we're safe there. Anybody at home you want to give a shout out to?
Hi to my family and to my clan, Reddit Zen.
Very cool. Next up, we've got Goatman12. Goatman, well, you were the one in charge, if I'm not mistaken, of kind of organizing the crew that came out here. Is that right?
Yes.
Very good. How did you make the selections as far as like who's here in the studio today?
Based off of merit. Everybody here deserves to be here, and so they're here.
Very good, man. Anybody at home you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, if I could give a shout out to...
I hear Goatman's got a son at home that's a big fan of Galadon. Hi, Christopher. Hi, Christopher.
Shameless.
It's Galadon. What's up, Christopher?
Hi, Christopher.
I got Christopher, Fox, Jade, and Connor all sitting at home with my beautiful wife, Amy Dawn. I love you, baby.
All right, are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, well, next up, we've got our boy Apex. Apex, a Navy man. Where are you stationed, my friend?
Stationed in Newport, Rhode Island.
Very, very good. You got some family at home you'd like to say hi to?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to tell my wife, Lisa, thanks for dealing with Haas, Kane, and Titan, and holding the fort down while I'm out here. Appreciate you. I love you, baby.
That's awesome. Good to have a supportive family for sure. It's a long trip for sure. So next up, we've got Talrus, the Town Hall 11. Barely made it out here for this one, but all the travel difficulties aside, you're here, you're in studio. What's been the most memorable activity so far since you've been in Finland?
You know, I'd have to say that so far the most memorable thing we've done is play the new update. I mean, it's the food. It's the food. Definitely the food.
Wow. Just wow. That reindeer going over wonderfully, I'm sure. Thank you for that. Welcome to Lati. Last but certainly not least, we've got Princess Leonie, the Town Hall 9 extraordinaire. She is here all the way from South Africa. Princess Leonie, welcome. Is there anybody you'd like to say hi to at home?
Yes, my clan and my children.
Very cool.
Very cool. And Philip.
Oh, and Philip.
Yeah.
Yeah, sneak that one in there. Don't want to forget Philip. Hi, Philip. All right, so earlier in the war, we may have had some Town Hall 9 action. Typically what happens is those get taken care of much earlier in the war. So most of the Town Hall 9 attacks are done. But let's talk about the score a little bit and where we're at currently in the war.
Yeah, so it's a 40-40 breakdown, and we've got 6 Town Hall 11s, 16 Town Hall 10s, and 18 Town Hall 9s. And like you said, most of those 9s, all those attacks have pretty much taken place.
That's right.
We're going to be seeing the tight, the Town Hall 10 versus 10 triple attempts, and who knows what else, maybe an 11 triple?
I think we might see an 11v11 attack or 2 or 3 out of necessity. We'll catch you up on the details there in just a moment. But first, we have got Princess Leonie earlier on in this war. She may have done some damage. So let's queue up an attack from her and go ahead and check the highlights on that one.
All right, so speaking of Town Hall 9 versus Town Hall 9, that is exactly what we have right here. Princess Leonie, number 24, up against number 26 from the forums, John. And so it was that early 9 versus 9 battle.
That's right. It's also very crucial for the 9v9 action to really get off to a strong start, to like assert dominance, to have that show of force. So here we have it up on the screen right now, bringing the witches and the golems there in the corner. We've got almost a traditional go wee attack here, heroes up the middle, and then a clan castle as well. What do you think's in that going on?
Well, we've really talked a lot about this witch dominance at Town Hall 9 this week. I mean, you just see so much of this, and of course, the bane of the Town Hall 9 attack, that Lava Hound coming out of the CC, but the witches are so strong right now, with or without healers. They're just doing so much damage.
It's a great troop right now at Town Hall 9 especially. You can kind of ignore that clan castle, and the witches aren't quite strong enough to pop the Lava Hounds in a timely manner where the pups are going to do significant damage to your attacks. If you can keep that Lava Hound away from the queen, you see the queen in the core there kind of going for the hound, but the boulders are already too deep in the base, doing some great work there, getting deep and going after the queen now. So looking pretty good so far.
The queen gets stalled for a bit on the hound, but that's actually going to work out really well as the witches are helping out and the bowlers have cleared out the entire core. There goes the hound that pops, and the queen is going to turn around and head back through. But you can see the witches have done their job all the way on the right-hand side. Those bowlers there taking out the last AD. And you've got a wizard and a couple barbs left and a skelly spell.
Absolutely. Dangerous Tesla farm on the backside, but it looks like she's got it more or less under control here. Whole ton of skeletons as the queen finally redirects and starts working on some of the defenses in the core. Skeleton spells on the backside, or not the spells, but the skellies on the backside, tanking for the wizards, and they're going to go ahead and clean up the rest of this base for Princess Liani as she gets this early 3-star earlier on in this war.
Yeah, that was great to see. The jump spell expired before the bowlers and the queen got out of there, but just such an overpowered attack right here. They bust their way through this wall, and then the queen can reach just about everything. Is that a swag skelly spell, or is that a functional skelly spell?
A little bit of both. It might have been a pseudo swag spell there on the backside. Skellies are going to help clean up that town hall. Love it. Liani absolutely crushing the base. These witches, man, awful strong at Town Hall 9 right now.
Yeah, they really are. The Town Hall, almost the last thing to go. Gold storage camp, 3-star. Great way to start the war off for Team Reddit.
Absolutely. So, Princess Liani, tell us what went into that attack. What do you normally look for when you're scouting a base?
At the moment, most of my attacks are witch-based. So I look at where the air defenses are. If it's on the outside, I take golems. If it's on the inside, I can take witches and healers, which also works.
Well, very nice work. You've had a very successful war so far, getting a nice scout in as well as getting the 3-star. So excellent work to Princess Liani.
And great to see the Reddit team doing so well, but the forums have done pretty well themselves, and I think we're going to have a chance to look at the war score for the first time and take a look at the war map maybe.
Absolutely.
So you guys can see exactly where we stand. Again, over 22 hours into this war.
Exactly. So we're going to cruise down the war map just really quickly here. We've got Team Reddit and the forums. You can see the attacks used on each side almost even. Reddit with 64 attacks, forums with 66 attacks, 83 to 95. Let's cruise down the list really quickly. Get a survey of the scene here. On top, this is the Team Reddit side, or the Team Forum side that you're looking at right now. And there are two stars on the 11 so far. And that has been the weakness, the Achilles heel so far for Team Reddit. 19 attacks used and only 2 successful ones, and that's really put them behind the 8 ball so far in this war.
Exactly. There was a lot of stress. I heard that around here earlier about a lot of failed 2-star attempts on those Town Hall 11s. Again, there's only 6 out of a 40 versus 40 clan war, and then as we drop down, you've got 16 Town Hall 10s. Those are going to be those dramatic 10 versus 10 triples, and then the 9s, the bottom 18 there, from number 23 on, I believe, are all the Town Hall 9s, and if we scroll down all the way...
It looks like everything's 3-star.
Yeah, every single 9 has been 3-starred, so the drama's going to come with the 10s, and maybe, I'm excited, I'm ready, I want to see it.
Absolutely.
10 for an 11 triple.
So right now, forums with a decided advantage. We've got another replay from earlier, I believe, right?
I think so. I think we're looking at Pickles is going to be attacking Kim Jong-un earlier, and this was a Town Hall 9 versus Town Hall 10. So, Pickles, we talked a little bit about this attack because normally these 9 versus 10 attacks are kind of a scout attack, but also just because of the stress that I heard about everybody wanting to focus on making sure all the 10s were at least 2-starred, this wasn't just a scout attack, is that right?
No, absolutely not. In this kind of war, we want to maximize the damage as well as get the extra star if need be in case there's a fail. We go into sketching it out with our war generals. John and Retam put a lot of work into it. And then Smoles and I have to coordinate the attack in order to expose what needs to be exposed for him to be successful in his attack as well.
Right, so Smolson was planning on attacking it next, so you're scouting for him. So was he kind of over your shoulder during this attack as well, making sure that he saw everything live?
Absolutely, and I actually missed my queen rage because he was talking to me about the witches.
Uh-oh, all right, well, let's watch for that missed queen ability.
Worst spotter ever.
Yeah.
They got a little bit too wrapped up in it. So we'll take a look at that Town Hall 9 versus 10 replay. And again, pretty interesting to see the double use of the attack, the scout, and going for a high percentage 2-star, which is tough for a 9 against a 10.
That's right. So we've got minions early on in this raid, trimming some of the outside trash buildings of the base, helping with the funnel as well. The entry point going to stay away from the Inferno, so you can expect the witches to come in from the bottom right side of this base, probably going to hold back that king to take out the town hall as you see it nice and exposed there outside the base. So a really good opportunity here to use the witches to get a lot of percentage coming in from that bottom right side.
Exactly, and there you see him way out there on the far right. This is, again, a fresh attack on this base, trying to scout things out for Smolson. And again, I think we were originally, when we watched this, expecting the queen and the king to both kind of come out off to the left on the town hall. Instead, I think we're going to see the queen come in here behind those golems and the wizards.
That's right, there she is right there. There she is right there. So the queen comes in behind, and you guys can obviously keep an eye on her at home. Pickles did mention that she might have forgot the ability there. That's all right. Still had a successful push into the base. Funneling went down great. Look at the strength of the witches, though, on each of the flanks. The healers keeping those witches up under fire by those beefy cannons, and it's really not phasing them. They're able to do their job, clear off the flanking defenses, and push their way up the base.
Exactly. Even at the bottom there, you've got that Tesla, you've got the cannon working on those witches, the healers and the witches combined doing such a great job staying up. There's a bowler down there as well. And you can see early on this attack was really going just the way she planned. Dead center jump spell opening up about half a dozen compartments as well.
That's right. So the queen's going to get in there, and this is about the point where she was starting to divert her attention to the witches. And there's the queen jumping to the backside of the base, starting to take a little bit of fire as soon as this golemite goes down. And we still have the king held back, and that is going to be deployed on the town hall here in just a moment. Rage spell as well held back. Probably could have deployed that a little bit sooner, but all is well in this attack so far.
Yeah, I remember we were sweating this because it was like, is there a rage spell left? Because without a rage spell, that might have been a little bit questionable, but with all those defenses there, rage spell, he's just going to annihilate everything in the area. Goes off to the town hall. Annihilation, destruction, incineration. And solid attack. I think we're going to see it crest over 60% before the attack is done. And so Pickles really doing her job there, getting the great scout of everything they really wanted to get done, and just in case, a safety net, a solid 2-star.
I love it. 60%. Very nice work to Pickles.
Thank you.
Good job, Pickles. So that was pretty much looked like it went perfectly.
It went perfectly except for the queen rage.
Except for that.
Yeah, every part of the attack went 99%.
Excellent. Well, good to hear. And of course, you guys are still hoping to triple that rather than just pick up the 2, but it's a good start.
Hey, I liked it. You gotta start somewhere. So we've got the war stats coming up for you as well. We kind of took a look at the war map already. We've got the stats for the war here. Team Reddit, again, as we mentioned before, 64 attacks used so far, and the Forums team was 66, and you can see the difference there on the number of 3-stars. Forums with 4 additional 3-stars and only 2 more attacks, so not too bad so far for the Forums.
Yep, so each clan has a lot of attacking left to do during the last hour and 45 minutes or so. So we've got live attacks to watch as well. In fact, I think if we're ready, I think we've got a live attack that's about to happen right now.
That's right, I believe.
Is it Smolson is going to be attacking, and Smolson is going after Kim Jong-un.
This is the exact same base that we just got done watching the scout on, so this is perfect. Smolson following it up. Do you have any big plans for this base? Are you going to hit it the same way? Do you have your own plan? Tell us all about it.
Okay. So actually, we're going to hit it completely differently. We had a couple guys back in the clan, William, Fippy, and Retam, who've kind of planned an attack strategy that's sort of customized to this base. Trying to build off of what Pickles did. She was actually laying those minions at the beginning. You said to pick off trash buildings, but that's part of my attack, actually, and was making sure there wasn't any sort of mines out there that's going to ruin it. So
always good to check for those air bombs before you get surprised and run out of troops.
So a great scout set that up, and then you've got the attack all ready to go. And what you guys refer to as skitch, a lot of people at home may not be familiar with that.
Okay, I'm not really that familiar with it, but I'll try to explain it. It seems they basically screenshot the base and they pull the picture in, and they'll draw out a map of how to attack the base. Different colors would correspond to different troops and the different spell compositions and where and when to use them.
And it actually has to be approved by war generals? Is that right? A lot of these attack plans I hear are sent in for approval?
I believe so. With me, it was kind of customized, just kind of how I was wanting to do it and just going back and forth and trying a few things. And then eventually we got to one that we were all happy with, so.
Okay.
All right, so
okay.
Ready to roll.
I think that's it. If you're ready, Smolson, we will wait for your cue. No pressure at all.
Right, yeah.
That's right. Get on the satellite phone, get approval from the war generals, and call in the airstrike. Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Especially exciting because we've got the defending base, Kim Jong-un, right here with us, so we can see reactions from both clans as this gets underway.
Hoping for a little smack talk maybe when this is all over with. We'll see.
It could happen. It could happen.
We'll see.
This is the type of attack that we're looking for to decide this war, really, these 10v10s.
Exactly. So we are in live right now. We've got Smolson starting out with those minions just like we talked about. The earlier scout opening up that information, knows this, the coast is clear, and he's able to get that outside building start to be trimmed. And look at that, 7 dragons in the camps.
Yeah, that was really cool to see the army composition of 7 dragons. The Archer Queen coming in, she's going to walk first. And you can see there's some troops off over there by the town hall as well. So some similarities because you've got picking off of those external buildings, but then everything else is going to be completely different. Queen coming in with a jump spell.
Great jump spell there so far, except for the Queen may have other ideas here. She's starting to kind of walk around the side. That is not ideal because 3 air defenses were going to be her responsibility, and now it looks like she's only going to be able to get 1. So
she's
this is
so unpredictable.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to be pretty devastating to a dragon attack because it's so crucial to get those air defenses taken out.
Yeah, the Reddit team has already done a little bit of celebration just when the Queen misbehaved and went around the outside of the base like that. And you can see she has left those other 2 air defenses that were definitely within range of her way behind.
Absolutely. It's one of those, you're halfway on a tile. She could go left, could go right. And it's Murphy's Law. She's not going to go the way you want her to go.
Best
you see Reddit over there fist bumping and high-fiving. Smolson is floundering at this point, but I think he can turn it around here with the dragons and at least secure a high percentage too.
Yep, so they're coming in from the far left, opposite those air defenses that are still unfortunately up. The rage spell, and they're trying to get into it, but that sweeper keeps pushing them back. There, they finally get into it along with the loons and to get the town hall out of the way.
That's great plays with the balloons there. They're taking out some of this flanking stuff, but unfortunately the dragons have lost their funnel. They're going to go to the outside of the map, not to the inside, but they do have the town hall taken care of, and going around the flank like this is actually going to keep a lot of them alive for far longer. So maybe this is a better play for the percentage, as obviously the 3-star is already out of the question.
Yeah.
So who knows? It might work out in his favor to have these guys going around like that. Still a rage spell in the bag as well.
Yeah, I mean, it should definitely improve on the earlier Town Hall 9 attack, but you're right, the 3 is out of the question, so there's a little bit of disappointment from the Team Forum side for that. But again, lots of rage spells leading these dragons on a roundabout clockwise action around this base, and we should be up around 70%
Holy cow.
or so.
Dragon, come back. Where are you going, my friend? He's
way out to the camp.
They've got a mind of their own.
A little bit lost.
All right, so wrapping up the attack down to his final flying dragon, and opposed to the walking ones. But
Looks like it might end up at, well, maybe 70.
Might
that
get that
last
70%.
pump is going to go down. There we go.
It's a good effort, though, from Smolson. Nice try, my friend.
Tough to see, but, those claps you hear are high fives over from the Reddit side. So Smolson, maybe not quite as we had planned, or you had planned, rather. I promise I didn't have anything to do with that. If I had, that probably what would have happened, but.
Right.
So tell us what went wrong there.
Well, as you mentioned, while the attack was going on, she was supposed to jump in, and she was responsible for taking care of 3 of the air defenses. So once she decided to walk around the base, I basically had to go to plan B, which was to put the dragons around the town hall and just try and get as much of percentage damage as I possibly could. One of the pluses is that I thought that when she was going to go in the base, that I was going to have to use at least 2 rages to help get as much as she could up into the base. So as you saw in the attack, I was able to utilize those to try and push some of the dragons along.
Yeah, you're able to drop a trail of rages, lead those dragons all the way around the base, and get a far more percentage than you might have thought at first.
So you did indeed have a completely different plan in mind. Had the queen gone in, you're going to send the dragons in on the right-hand side then.
The dragons would have come in on the right-hand side, so yeah.
Makes sense. Well, that's a good attacker, somebody who can adjust on the fly. When things go wrong, you've got to be able to adjust, and so the attack isn't a complete fail.
That's right. You got to be adaptable. All right, so next up, we've got a little war map check here. We've had some action going on during this replay as well that put up a couple more stars on the board for Team Forum. So currently sitting at 97, 83, a couple more attacks used, sitting now at 68 attacks. That means we've got 12 remaining for the Forums. You're going to see those over the last course of, we got an hour and a half left in this war, while Team Reddit desperately tries to catch up. Now, I got to point out that while it might seem that the score is a little bit lopsided right now, there are quite a few bases that currently are unhit by Team Reddit. They have 8 bases that have not been touched at all. So if they do send their Town Hall 11s down to take care of those Town Hall 10s, they can pick up a lot of stars in a hurry.
Exactly. Those untouched bases are going to make a huge difference, and that's why this war is really closer than the score might otherwise indicate. And we'll see that as we get in about the next hour or so. The score will really tighten up as those bases get hit. We'll see a lot of stars get put on the board really quickly by Reddit.
Absolutely.
And so in the meantime, I think we're looking at another Town Hall 9 attack from earlier.
You got it.
And
We've got
this one
Christina?
is Christina, yes. Christina from the forums. So just so you know, I happen to be in the forums, and coincidentally, you're in the Reddit clan.
That's right.
Right now. Not that there's any real alliance or anything.
I'm not rooting for anybody except for the winner.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, me too.
May have stole that line from Galadon.
I did say that. All right. Anyway, Christina. So let's take a look at your replay from earlier, and we will see the. It was another Town Hall 9 versus Town Hall 9. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you were going in there after the 3-star.
Yeah.
And what was your army composition?
Witch slap.
There it is.
Okay. Excellent. Witch slap? Is that okay? Is that what you guys always call it, or is there another? Never mind. Okay. Let's just get into the attack, and we'll watch that replay right now.
For those of you at home unclear of what that actually is there's a whole lot of witches with healers on them. They're just slapping around the base because they don't care. They're going to take this thing out. They've got witches on the flanks here, 2 healers on them, and you're going to see some pretty much invincible witches here.
Yeah, there's so many witches. That seems to be the order of the whole week. Everybody's talking about how strong these witches are. Before we saw them without healers. Now you've got a pair of healers on each side. And that was just so strong. You see the healers just keeping those witches, like you said, almost invincible.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they can take a heck of a lot of fire. And the common, method of attack with the witches going down the side, there's 6 witches on each side of this base, heroes as well. And then you've got the queen and bowlers in the core. If you can see the minions and dragon coming out of the CC, not exactly ideal for that queen.
Exactly. And one thing I wanted to point out, Powerbang, at the top left of the screen, just a few seconds ago, we saw a giant bomb go off on those witches. Now, the healer healed up the witches anyway, but you were mentioning earlier today that's really been a big meta change in the Town Hall 9 base design. Outside giant bombs now. It used to be guard against hog riders with double giant bombs inside. Now it's put them outside and try to kill the witches.
Exactly. You might be sacrificing a little bit as far as, other strong attacks such as hog riders, even maybe some balloon attacks. But when you have this witch slap or whatever you want to call it, basically going down the side of the base, I mean, it's incredibly strong. And people are putting these Teslas on the outside, giant bombs on the outside, doing anything they can to try to stop it. And even that doesn't help it sometimes.
Yeah, you see more defenses on the outside and the back. There's that cannon that's going to be one of the last buildings to go, but the witch is just rolling over it. Endless skeletons, and not really a lot left in the core at this point except for more witches.
More witches. You got it. That's the name of the game. So finishing up on this one is Christina. Very nice work. And special shout out to Christina coming all the way here to Finland and crushing it for a 6-pack.
Yep.
For those of you that don't know what that means, that's 2 3-stars in the same war. Nice work.
That's right. Well done, Christina. Well done for Team Forums. So that pretty much probably went as you planned then, the witch slap attack?
Yes.
That's how you wanted it, no ugly
Except for the
surprises?
spells, I would drop
Okay.
later, a bit late on the...
Right, the spells really got you into the core there.
Yeah.
Kept the witches going out the back. And even when the jump spells expire, it seems like a big concentrated group of skeletons just burns right through one of those walls.
Yeah.
As long as there's no splash damage in range, those skeletons are absolutely lethal. So next up, we've got an answer to the earlier live attack. We had Smolson taking on Kim Jong-un. Didn't quite get it done, but guess what? Kim Jong-un is calling him out. He says, Smolson, how dare you? And Kim Jong-un, you about ready for a live attack on Smolson?
I am. Well prepared for what he's given me.
All right. What do you got in store for the base?
I've got a bowler witch prepared. He knew I was practicing the Laloon all week, and he gave me something that wasn't great for it.
Nice.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and check that out. On your go, my man. So we'll just wait for you, and we'll jump in as soon as we can.
There we go. We're in, and it's on its way. So here we are with Kim Jong-un right to left of me. That sounds kind of strange to say.
KJU.
We'll just go with Kim maybe, because I don't want to end up on any NSA lists. All right, here we go. The bowlers and the witches from the top left of your screen.
I like it. He's got a whole ton of bowlers right now, guys. He's concentrated at the corners to try to get those buildings taken down, driving those heroes towards the core. Look at the jump spell already down, going to get those heroes and the bowlers deep into the base. Rage spell leading them into the Inferno. Here comes a whole lot of troops from the clan.
Wizards and
goblins.
a baby dragon.
He's got
goblins too?
A Valkyrie, wizard, baby drag. It's
two poison spells.
Mixture of stuff.
Yeah, 2 poisons to help handle that. And you've got the bowlers around the outside. Look at the way they tank for those witches. That is just so cool to watch the bowlers just roll over everything.
Look at the helpfulness. Bowlers rolling over everything. Nice one, Galadon. way to go.
Thanks.
I'll fist bump you after the stream. That was incredible.
Hey, that wasn't a fist bump.
All right, so we've got one more Inferno up on the top of the base. Unfortunately, the Queen has gone outside and has rolled around to the top side with those troops, and you see that jump spell in the core with no troops jumping over it?
Yeah, it's an impressive jump spell, and it looks like the Archer Queen is going to be out of range of that Inferno.
But you know what? Luckily,
designs.
the Infernos don't really do a heck of a lot of damage, so maybe, just maybe, the Queen turns here.
No, she's at about, what, 20% damage?
Has her ability, though, so we'll see.
Here it comes.
I just don't see it. This is so close. This is heartbreaking.
I didn't want to say anything, but give him a chance to miss it or anything.
I'm just calling it. I just don't think he's got it in him.
No, well, it doesn't look like it. You've got an Expo just sitting in there, lying in wait, the Wizard Tower, and that is about it for the Archer Queen.
A high
90%.
90s attack. Oh my goodness, 90% 2-star. I like the strategy that Queen, man, like we were talking about just a few minutes ago. She's an unruly one, wouldn't you say?
As much as you want to lay out your plan, you have to get your troops into the base for it to work.
That's a fair point, my friend. Good try on the attack. Let's go ahead and queue up the war map here, and we'll take a look at where that leaves us.
There we go. All right, I'm just trying to get ready for the next one. There's so many attacks, it's crazy, and here we are.
We've got to line them up and knock them down, baby.
Exactly.
So we got Team Reddit, 85 stars now, 98 for the forum. So again, creeping back into it here.
Yep. 5 additional 3s right now. That's the big deciding difference. But like you said, this is closer than it looks. It seems like 13 stars is insurmountable, but in the next hour or so, I really, truly expect that to shrink.
I think that Reddit's going to draw near, but will they have enough to come back and overtake
close.
them?
It's going to be close.
We'll have to wait and see.
That is for sure.
All right, so what do we have next up?
I believe we've got Joshua. I can't even say his name, but J15 Hua. Okay, that'll work too. I went with Joshua, but that's just my Galavision. And he was attacking Deathless Death from Team Forums. And this was an earlier Town Hall 9 versus Town Hall 9. And we are going to take a look at that replay right now and see how that went. Reddit, and this was actually, we talked about witches all morning, all day, and then there's no witches in this attack.
Perfect. I'm a big fan of the balloons right now myself. I know in a lot of the attacks that I've been doing, balloons are the way to go. The air miners, as they've been called lately. 28 balloons in a Town Hall 9 raid that's a commitment to the air.
Yep, and they're the goblins again. More goblins out of the CC, getting handled by those heroes pretty quickly, though.
You can see we've got just the heroes being deployed because they've gone so heavy on the air troop investment. Don't really have enough to come up with like a really big kill squad, which is kind of like the first group of troops that traditionally would be sent into the base. But just with only the heroes, he's able to take out the enemy Archer Queen and the Clan Castle, which are kind of the bane of an air raid's existence. So very nice work on the entry.
Exactly. So you usually see that, I guess, here come the haste spells for the balloons, but it's funny, those early Town Hall 9 beginnings, it's either going to be a kill squad after air defenses, or maybe CC Archer Queen, or all of them if the base isn't designed real well.
Exactly. Get all of the valuable defenses with the kill squad. That would be ideal, right?
Tip for Town Hall 9 base designers, don't put all those things together.
Yeah, put your air defenses in a square and surround them with your wizard towers. It'll be great. So in this one, Joshua, if we're going to go by that, we'll have the Hound going into that last section. Rage Spell going in, and that's like a perfect Rage Heal combination there. Yep. Look at that, keeping up those balloons. Oh my goodness.
Look at the size of that Tesla farm.
That's fearsome.
No sooner did the wizard towers go down than the Teslas popped up.
But do you notice how many balloons he has left in the camps?
That's a lot of loons.
I would say there's a fair amount of swag in this one, ladies and
gentlemen.
How
are there still 14?
14 balloons have not been deployed. Are you kidding me?
Is that a
Somebody
that's
check
a
that,
huge
man,
amount of swag points, I would think.
Yeah,
right
if it were
and
one
a
of my
haste
events,
spell,
man. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
14 balloons.
He's not even going to use them.
We're going to elevate this man to hero status right now. That
impressive.
is pretty incredible.
Wow.
So really, really nice work to J15 Who for from Team Reddit. We're going to come up with a different variation for his name every single time. So apologies if we're butchering that, my man back home. So look at that, the swag of balloons. And there it is, the parade of balloons. Oh, he has made a statement here.
It's a beautiful balloon parade.
Oh, wait, what? What just happened?
What?
Oh my God. All right, well, very nice work. Let's go ahead and talk about that attack. Apex, I know you aren't ready for a question, my man, but what did you think of that attack when you see your Town Hall 9 boys going in and they wreck a base with that kind of defiance? How does that make you feel on the inside?
I like it. I mean, he went in there with a whole lot of confidence. He didn't even waver on the balloons when he went in. I watched the attack live earlier. He got it done. Put a little style on the end. I like it.
Oh, buddy. Well, hey, we got it done. Reddit putting up some stars there.
Yep. And now I believe we're going to go back to the forums, and it's not going to be anybody from who's here, but it's rather going to be one of my personal favorite forums clan members.
That's right. It's
because he's a super finch.
Oh my gosh.
Super finch. He's super finchy. Yow.
Cringe. I can hear the chat right now. Oh my goodness, Galadon has gone crazy.
Hey, every stream deserves a good cringe moment. And I've been practicing that one all week. You think I was going to let it slide?
He has. I'm not even joking. I was in the restroom just a little bit ago, and he's in there singing Super Finch. He doesn't know I'm going to say this, but I got to just flat out roast him right on the stream.
I didn't think I...
No, he didn't know anybody's in there. I might have been hiding, you know.
Okay.
Anyway.
Thought I heard somebody
Super Finch is in.
He is.
He is in. Let's go ahead and switch to the attack. It'll be glorious.
So this is Town Hall 11, and I believe this was a dip, right?
That's
He's
right.
Dipping to take out a Town Hall 10, so obviously anything less than a 3-star is a fail. Because they really need these because they're using the 10s to attack up, 2-star 11s, so the 11s could drop down and get a much higher percentage chance at a 3-star than if they were going at another 11.
It's very true. It's an incredible push here from this kill squad. You can see a heavy investment there with golems, bowlers, all of the heroes. He's got the Hog Riders as well coming in.
What?
Hog Riders! Look at them. Look at them. Seriously, though. They're pushing all the way through the space. You don't see Hogs a lot at Town Hall 10, but I believe that they're really underrated. They're very strong as long as you keep them away from the Inferno towers.
Exactly, and you can see he got rid of that first Inferno on the right. Even if that Inferno were up, those Hogs are just destroying their way through the defenses in the top right of the base. The Inferno tower on the left can do what it wants.
Look at that freeze.
Freeze
spell.
spell.
Little early, but hey, it's okay.
Yeah, it was trying to protect the Hogs. Here they come in, still under the heal spell, though. I think that worked out pretty well. They annihilate that Expo.
MVP, though, right there, that Golem. You know, the Hogs are going to get pretty weak here with the Bomb Tower, with the Inferno. They're going to get melted here in just a moment. But look at that Golem.
That Golem is going,
pretty much
man.
everything, and you've got
true.
this one little itty-bitty baby Hog with no health left, and look at him chipping away.
But nobody's touching him because the Golem's there. Oh,
that's right.
Well, then there was that mortar. But
so,
yeah, it's so cool
MVP.
to see. It's so cool to see a variety of attacks being used like that. When you still see Hogs at Town Hall 10, you see different units. I think we saw some Valkyries being used earlier today.
That's right.
That was exciting.
Saw some Valkyries, clearing out the core, getting that 2-star by honing them right in on that Town Hall. Those things looking good. We'll speed up the rest of this attack. Super Finch, obviously, going to have enough to get this thing cleaned up. The only thing left is just a few buildings at the end here. Looks like that cannon didn't quite get taken out by the Hog Rider. Mortar finally got the best of it. But, you know, when you got a Queen up and a Warden, it's not looking good for just a couple of defenses. Super Finch, get this thing wrapped up tight.
He's super Finchy, I'm telling you. He really is.
Gotta love it. So, we'll get out of here with the 3-star Team Forums making a statement.
All right.
You know, these dip attacks, as they're called, the 11s coming down to 10s, they're not always the easiest things in the world. Typically, you know, you expect your guys to make those attacks, but it doesn't always work out like that.
Exactly.
When it goes south, it's incredibly damaging to your chances because, you know, the other team can start to put that distance ahead of you.
Exactly.
All right, so we've got a war map up right now. Let's go ahead and check out the score of the war.
The score of the war.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, don't let me say any more. All right, so Team Reddit, 87. Team Forums, 98. 67, 69 on the attacks. And again, still 25,
3 stars, still status quo. Yep. 2 stars, 11 each, and you can see a bunch of 1-star attacks. Those are obviously hoping to be wiped out and improved to 2s and 3s as the minutes count off the clock in the final minutes of this community clan war.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's right. So we may have another replay from earlier in the day.
I think so.
Our boy Mo Freezy.
Speaking of Mo Freezy, so this is Team Reddit. I like that, and it's easier to say than the last one.
Mo Freezy, 23. All right, so Mo Freezy is up on the screen right now for Team Reddit. Look at this base, though. That's a tough base.
Yeah, that's crazy. So this looks like pretty much maxed out Town Hall 11. So this is what we're talking about earlier, the 10 moving up, trying to 2-star a Town Hall 11.
That's right. You can see the 4 baby dragons here probably going to be used either for funneling or for extra percent. Coming in from the corner with the boulders and a rage. He's looking to break off. Looks like he's going to come from that bottom right side and go straight with the jump spell into that Town Hall compartment. 6 wall breakers come down to open up the wall.
And they should be effective under the rage spell. Without that rage spell, it might have been tough with that Inferno Tower burning down on them.
That's exactly right. So it looks like the baby dragons indeed will be used for percentage free spell down in the core. And look at this, the Queen and the bowlers working their way towards the Town Hall, still having to deal with that CC as the Queen Eagle is down though. That's a big building to take out for sure.
Yep, now it's just a matter of trying to survive to get to this Town Hall. The percentage is looking pretty good, but the Town Hall, the Queen still has her ability. She's working on it.
Yeah, he's golden on percentage, already up to 49%, and the Queen is locked onto the Town Hall.
Beautiful.
It's going down in
Boom.
2 more shots. It is done. Ability used, 50% in the bag. Still has some baby dragons up on that far side as well, cleaning up with percentage, trying to get things taken done. So Mo Freezy with one of the few successful attacks so far today on the Town Hall 11s of the forums.
Exactly. So there is Team Reddit 2-starring moving up and a pretty good percentage. And, you know, it could come down to percentage. If we're looking at, what is it, 114 would be if everything except for the 11s were 3-starred? I mean, that's kind of ambitiously thinking.
I think at this point, you know, I don't know that they're looking at, 114, but I just think they want to max those stars as best as they possibly can.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the war map itself, and we can kind of really go down it in detail this time and take a look at exactly what's happened. Now, we talked earlier about the 9s all being cleared out, and so PB, what do you think? I mean, it's kind of a smattering of 1s and 2s
Absolutely.
right now.
So let's look at the forums on defense right now. So we've got the top 2 bases currently have been 2-starred. The second 4, I guess the number 3 through 6, they all have 1 star on them still. And we are sitting with only 12 attacks left in the war. So they're going to have to do some shifting and jiving. And it's not going to be pretty on that upper scene there because they still have a lot of bases here at the Town Hall 10 level. You can see 3 of these haven't even been hit yet. So
Exactly, untouched. We go all the way down to 23.
And everything from here is 3-starred. So on the Reddit side of the house, you can see looking much better up top. Number 3, Apex, has not even been hit yet. The other bases all have 2 stars with the exception of Stevo. So looking much better up top.
4 2-starred bases. And then the 10s. Again, you also see untouched bases too. There were 2 of them there. And then I believe it's at 23, the 9s start.
Absolutely.
So we don't really need to go below that.
If we look at like who actually has attacks left
here,
here, this is Team Reddit, and you can see right up top there for their Town Hall 11s, you've got 5 Town Hall 11 attacks left. Over on the other side, Forums is actually in a better spot, even with 6 Town Hall 11 attacks left, both of them with roughly the same number of Town Hall 10s. So definitely Forums advantage at this point.
Yep, that's where the excitement's going to come in those last Town Hall 11 attackers. As you can see, we've got Locke, who hasn't used any of his yet. He's just sitting back waiting to use both. And who knows, I know he was talking earlier. Weren't you talking earlier about you were hoping maybe you could be hitting an 11 with one of those attacks? Both of them. You want to hit 11s with both of them. Wow, that is interesting.
Well, we did have one of those Town Hall 11s on the Reddit side currently unhit. That was Apex, but I'm thinking Apex might want to do some hitting of his own. Tell me all about it, my friend. Are you going to be going and doing a live attack for us here shortly?
Yes, Firebang. I'm looking at number 12.
Okay.
Number
12. Got it called. It's a dip. It's a Town Hall 10. I'm going with Shatter Goboho.
Tell us, Goboho. You're speaking Greek, man, to the kids. Tell us what Goboho is.
Okay, so I got 2 golems. I got 10 of my own bowlers. I got 5 bowlers in the CC. And basically, I'm just take a big kill squad, gut the base, and then bring the hogs around the sides.
I think they know what gut the base means, so let's see some of that gutting.
Sounds like a man with confidence right there.
All right. So Ricky is the lucky victim.
Ricky,
is that right?
number 12, I believe.
Trapping, Lawbreakers, this and that.
All right.
He's
making those last checks.
Last minute notes, the mental notes, making sure he doesn't do anything foolish in front of billions of people on stream.
That would never happen. Like singing a strange song or imitating a hog rider, right? Okay. Here we go. All right, so Apex in there, dipping after Ricky from Team Forums. There's your golems and your wizards out in the top left.
There it is. So he goes in with the golems, 2 shattered entry, like you said. That means 2 golems. So you see them split just like so on the screen. Wall breakers in between them, getting
got
in.
it.
Perfect wall break.
Yep.
Looking good so far. The bowlers needing to go in. He's lost his funnel on the left side. That army camp's still up, but it looks like everything's going to make it in just fine.
Yeah, it looks like it worked out okay. Jump spell, rage spell, and you notice how he intentionally didn't place the jump spell although it could have been used to open up 4 or more compartments, he specifically is trying to funnel them right after that town hall, right, PB?
Absolutely. That's a directional jump spell. You want to make sure that your troops are going in the direction that you want them to. When you start hitting junctions with jump spells, that kind of limits you as far as, keeping control of your army. They start doing whatever the heck they feel like, and then you kind of get out of control as the operator of the army.
Check out all these heal spells ready for these hogs. There's one right there. Look at them all converge. I mean, talk about predictive
he's got this, baby.
pathing. That
2
is
heal
beautiful.
spells left. He's just got to get this Inferno Tower
giant
down.
bomb.
It goes down.
Oh, nice
Hog
timing.
Rider's still up, looking
man.
good. He's going to be
This
going to
looks
the
like
last
a bit
section
of
of the
overkill
base.
right here. There's
Look at
still
this.
another heal spell left.
Yeah, he's looking sharp, man.
Wow. Giant bomb triggered. Did you see the giant bomb was triggered by the Warden? The Hog's nowhere near that giant bomb. Look at that. I call that almost a swagged heal spell right there. Wasn't even really needed.
Oh, for sure. Look at the Queen, too. She barely
look at
made
that
it
health.
through. But you know what? That's actually pretty key because she's got, the
got a lot
ability
of
to help
work.
clean up now inside the base, but plenty of time left in this
Yeah.
one. Apex.
Man.
Oh, boy. Take
Yeah,
it down.
he's-
Why so golem, he says. Repping the home clan
yeah.
for sure. So the Hog's going around the outside of the base, absolutely wrecking stuff. Like I said, guys, the Hog Riders right now.
That is a ton of Hogs.
Underused, but very, very strong still with those crimson and gold hammers.
There must be 10 Hog Riders there, and you've got 1 wizard, 1 minion, and the barely alive Archer Queen finishing it off. There it is. 1 more. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There it is.
That is what we call massive.
That is massive.
Well, hey,
That
that's
massive.
exactly what needed to happen for Reddit. We are talking a fresh hit, 3-star, and that's going to get them much, much closer in the war. Great job to Apex, my friend. Tell me about the raid. How do you feel? I know it was not quite the most stressful moment you've ever had in your life. It is just a game. But hey, were you stressed out at all being live on stream in front of trillions of people?
No, I just knew you were probably going to trash me if I had a wall breaker fail, so I tried to get that test wall breaker in and get it going. I know you was waiting for that.
I was waiting. I was
waiting to trash
chomping
me.
at the bit, ready to troll you.
Yeah, I can't let it happen.
All right.
Vaso Golem depending on me.
Very, very nice attack, my friend. Way to step up in the clutch. Let's take a look at the war map, guys. We'll bring that right back up, and you can see that gap that we saw just a little bit earlier, it was recently 12 stars, and we're already looking
down
at
to 5. So it looks like there was a second 3-star somewhere in addition to Apex's. Now we're at 25-22 on the 3s. So those additional 6 stars really closing that gap. And I just got to go back to that wall breaker because I was impressed. If you zoomed in on that and you could see that he was waiting to time the mortar balls falling. So he sent the wall breakers in. That is something that a lot of people don't pick up on.
The mortar ball.
You've got to avoid the mortar balls.
The mortar balls.
Okay, mortar.
Yes. I love it. No, I love it. I'm forever from here on out going with that.
It's a weapon.
All right, I like it. So
Love you guys.
we got another replay coming up here. I believe we've got Nightcrawler from the forums doing his second attack. So let me cue that up really quickly.
Right.
Galadon, why don't you talk about something for a second while I do
Well,
that?
I was talking about that wall breaker. That was pretty interesting there. But
I loved it.
So what do you guys think over there, forums? Reddit starting to close the gap? Are you guys feeling the stress at all, or are you still kind of relaxed and feel like you guys have this one under control?
Hadn't even noticed.
We'll see how tight.
Never noticed.
The score changed.
Well, you just wait. You just wait. We're about to get into the thick of it. Things are going to get tense in here for sure.
That's for
but
sure.
we have not a live attack, but a replay from earlier. We had Nightcrawler from Team Forums doing a hit here on a Town Hall 9.5.
Oh, there you go. Yep. So you've got that 10 with no infernos. So that was their bottom Town Hall 10, I believe, that Nightcrawler was attacking?
That is correct.
Okay. So number 22, Basso. And this was the Valkyries that we were talking about earlier. There they are in pocket, waiting to see. That's cool to see. I mean, I got to tell you, we talk about how dominant witches are right now, but it's neat to see a lot of different styles being used in this war.
Are you a Valkyrie fan? Do you like those historically?
I think Valkyries are cool. Yeah, I mean, they were so underused for so long that it's neat to see them being used in different situations like this now. And I have to say, of all the effects, the graphic effects in Clash of Clans, Valkyries under Rage is crazy to watch them just explode buildings like that. It's so much fun.
Ever since they tweaked the AI of the Valkyrie to swing faster when they get to their target, they have been one of my favorite troops ever since. Things just seem to disintegrate once the Valkyries reach them, especially under that rage spell.
Yeah.
So always a perennial favorite of mine. You can see Nightcrawler here coming in with the Hog Riders from the top right, really just kind of picking apart this base, bullying it a little bit. Looks like the healers are on the Valkyries and King on the outside of the base, and really making making short work of Barstow here from Team Reddit.
Yeah, and if you look just below and to the left of the town hall, you can see the remnants of a double giant bomb that went off and then took out about half of the Hog Riders in this attack.
They had a rough section there, I would say.
Yeah, that was brutal. They went right
mean.
through that, and there was no surviving that. But despite that, the attack still went really well.
Looking good. The Queen, traditionally beating the wall in the center of the base while the rest of the troops are off trying to actually take care of business. But she is back to the defenses and the remaining buildings, getting these things taken out. But the Hog Riders have survived. They've taken out the defense. It's all said and done from this point. Nothing but cleanup left.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Clash of Clans if the Queen wasn't attacking a wall somewhere. I mean, come on.
For sure. Absolutely.
She is going to find her way through and help out at the end of the attack, though. And it looks like the town hall was the last building to go.
I love those 99% 1-stars, till the very end.
Brutal.
Finally getting the town hall taken care of. Why don't we find out what the forums thought about the attack?
For sure. All right, so Christina, what do you think? What do you think about that attack there? Are you guys seeing a lot of like 9.5s in wars right now?
Actually, we don't. In my clan, we don't have 9.5. It's more 9 and
9 and 10.
Yeah.
As far as opposing clans, I mean, I guess it just happens sometimes that you're going to find that 10 that hasn't gone to Infernos yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a solid handle of it either way.
Absolutely.
So, and I think it's next going to be the Great Lock, the Town Hall 11. And I think this is live, right?
Yes.
Where are we headed, Lock?
Going to take out Steve-O in number 2. Well, we're going to try
Steve-O in number 2.
11 versus 11, my friend. I'm all over
I like it. Now, this is what we were looking for. This is what, you ready for it?
Yeah,
okay, yeah, because that's going to be an intense one. Now, Steve-O's already been attacked. So did you get a scout already then, Lock?
Yeah, rough
or was
scout.
this? I'm taking this was maybe a 10 trying to 2-star
Correct.
who didn't, but you're going to use it as a scout. You've kind of seen what's going on in the base.
Yep.
So did you change
things are.
what you were originally planning to do based upon this earlier attack?
Yes, I've adopted the Anushka special of bowler spam, so we'll see how that goes.
Bowler spam. All right, cool.
Anushka special.
Anushka special.
Shout out. All right, well, Lock, on you, man. Get on in there. Good luck to you. Let's see this Town Hall 11 triple, followed by a triumphant roar.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Good. Got to make sure there's enough spectator slots.
Oh, for sure. We're in. These teams have been kind enough to allow us to actually get in and spectate these. So big time shout out to both Team Reddit and Team Forums for making this event so smooth so far. Thank you, guys. Now we've got a golem going in around the wall. Bowlers on the top corner and a queen walk on the far right side. Again, looking like he's going to try to get those bowlers into the core.
Yep.
Quad
look at that. 4 quakes. That's the first time I've seen that in ages.
That's right.
We talked a lot about the value of 1 quake spell. A lot of people using just 1 to get a lot of damage in. But 4, getting any wall down, doesn't matter the level, 4 quake spells will annihilate a wall.
This is a key building right here.
Good
He's gonna
funneling.
get that cannon.
Check
Yes,
out
he
that
does.
freeze. Nice freeze. Grab that Expo and the Inferno.
Eagle is down. It looks like the last barrage of Eagle artillery missed all of his troops, so beautifully timed Eternal Tome for the Grand Warden. Locke is over there focusing deeply. Looks like he has 1 baby dragon. I'm curious to see where he deploys that. 1 rage spell left as well. He's got the queen going around the outside of the base. Bowlers have switched targets here to keep those, or the healers have switched onto the bowlers in the core.
That's beautiful. This is going really well. Those bowlers are still super healthy, and the queen at full health right now. The sweeper actually kind of helping out as the healers stay back.
That Inferno is roasting him though.
But it looks like the Inferno now is just, well, it's going to grab on the Warden, but it was mostly just on the Golem. Now the bowlers kind of turn the corner, kind of separating a little bit from the healers.
The queen's going through the. Oh no,
she went around.
Go through the wall.
She had the wall like 90% done.
Brutal.
That is a fickle queen right there. So looks like the 3 is out of reach, but it's going to be a super solid 2-star. She doesn't have her ability left, but maybe close to 75%.
Yeah, looks like we're going to end up at 73% here for the Great Lock. It was a good effort on the attack, and the thing was, that base originally had just 1 star on it, so it is an improvement on the earlier attack.
Yeah, I would say that's got to be successful. I'll ask you, Locke. I mean, 73%. That's probably what you guys are shooting for. 11 on 11, 2-star. You guys 70% or so. That's kind of considered a good attack, right?
Yeah, it'll do. Yeah. Not too worried about them catching up, so it's more getting the percentage now.
Exactly. That's a super solid percentage right there, 73%. And again, that's almost always going to improve on a 10 going up, right? I mean, how often do you see a Town Hall 10, 2-starring an 11 for 70+%? So you see those big percentages like that. that's what they're counting on if it comes down to a tie at the end.
Exactly. So I'm thinking we should probably check this war map really quickly.
Hey, let's check the war map really quick.
Hey. Yeah, so we've got
Great
Team
idea.
Reddit still hanging tough. 93. Team Forums, though, getting that extra star in that attack. They're up to 99 now.
99, almost crossing the 100 mark. And we have, well, almost exactly an hour left in the war right now.
That's right. Team Forums just got that number 2 base 2-star. That leaves just one base now with Apex having not been hit yet. One base left to take care of at the Town Hall 11 level, and then it's just free-for-all on the Town Hall 10s and see what kind of damage they can inflict.
Exactly. And so I believe next we're headed off for Goatman.
We've got a replay coming up from our boy Goatman from Team Reddit. I'm going to cue that up right now. Goatman, have had a chance to actually see him on the battlefield a couple times as of late, and he's been doing a really, really good job with this strategy. I've got it queued up on my screen right now. Goatman taking on Phantom from the Forums here, and he is bringing those witches with the healers, going with them down the sides. So here we go. We'll go ahead, fire it off, and look at this. One key to note about this attack, I really liked his use of giants on both sides, on the left and on the bottom. Not necessarily for their tanking because they're inside of that dead zone of the mortar, but watch once the mortar goes down. What's behind the mortar, that's what's important here. They're going to get the trigger of a giant bomb. So on both sides, getting that giant bomb triggered, and then the witches now are free and clear to go down the side of the base.
Just like we were talking about, there it is on the right-hand side. That giant went down right as it took out that giant bomb. And exactly, that is the bane of the witch's existence, is the giant bomb on the outside
when they're
these
pre-triggered,
days.
though.
So yeah, that is exactly why he used that giant, and that worked out really well. It's cool to see, again, you've got a couple of balloons in this attack. So Goatman's got a plan for these loons.
Only
to take
2.
out some of those exterior defenses. Maybe the mortar at the top of the screen? I don't know.
It's almost like you've watched this before, Galadon. He sees the future, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got the bowlers, we've got the heroes in the core. Poison spell down for that clan castle. Looking like the queen is going to be next up on the top there to be taken out. You can see she does finally go down just in time there. King takes her out just before he dies.
With his ability, helped out all of his barbarians, kind of piling on right there. Archer Queen still has her ability, though.
Look at the look at the witches down there on the bottom right. Like just taking the brunt of the...
Again,
It's just that you can't stop them.
And the bowler's taking out that cannon, and now they're going to work on that wall. Everybody's kind of closing in on the town hall at the bottom, and
look at those.
Sure enough,
look at those balloons up there.
Balloons up there. What do you know?
Targeting the splash damage. Really like that. That's going to keep all of those skeletons out in front of the witches. You really can't stop this attack without splash damage. Archers and cannons shooting at a bunch of skeletons with these witches behind. It's just really not going to get the job done on defense. So Goatman taking advantage of the witches in their current form. And really doing a nice job.
Absolutely. And you talk about advanced war planning, these guys in some of the recent wars that we've looked at, and I've been even streaming, is you see this one unit for one structure type plan. And at the top of the screen, that was actually a giant that took out that mortar. It's just the precision, the detail that goes into these attacks like that. Every single unit, and even down to the tile. Because like we saw earlier, you misplaced by one tile.
Yeah. The queen's notorious for it. Put the queen on the wrong tile, see what happens. So Goatman in studio with us. Let's ask him how he thinks the attack went. Look at him pointing at himself like, I'm the man. How did that attack go?
It went well. It ended in a 3-star. Kept me from being ridiculed in caption chat later, so that was good. The biggest thing is just to make a big funnel and then shoot everything down the center. And a lot of people say there is no skill in it, but whenever I can 3-star, I call it skill.
Hey, 3 stars, all that matters, right? The skill, honestly, in that attack is with the scout more so than the execution, because you're putting the witches in the corners, you're throwing the healers on them. After that, it's set it and forget it. Then you get those, is that like a, I don't know, QVC reference or something. Anyway, you set the double jump in the core, and things just kind of start falling down for you. So as long as you scout the base properly, you realize what is a good candidate for that style of attack, and you just execute, things are looking pretty sharp. So nice work to Goatman there. I believe we do have another attack coming up here in just a moment.
Well, it was a nice win by Goatman, but it wasn't all roses and daisies and puppy dogs for Goatman all day. In fact, there was an earlier attack on his base from Team Forums, and I've got it queued up right now. Phantom attacking Goatman, and I believe this was another 9 versus 9, because Phantom number 23 And as we talked about earlier, everything from 23 down was Town Hall 9s. So we're looking at Team Forums trying to exact their revenge on Goatman's earlier attack.
I like this base setup. This is a little bit interesting. I don't necessarily like the openness on the bottom. I was looking at the core there with the Dark Elixir storage. He's got the 2 wall pieces in there. Could there be some Teslas hiding? Who knows? But the defensive targeting troops will have a big time issue trying to get through that compartment. But let's see exactly what happens here. He's got a Queen charge coming in from the bottom with some funneling being done by 1 Baby Dragon on the right side of the base. So really good setup so far for Fountain.
Yeah, very cool to see unusual bases like this. I mean, the base is actually really symmetrical if you look at the setup of the air defenses of the X-bows, the dead center Dark Elixir storage, but it is also, like you said, very unusual. Good rage spell right there. There's a couple of your Teslas in that compartment right in front, and the rage spell keeping the healers on the Archer Queen, increasing her abilities, and of course also letting the healers keep her alive through all that damage.
That's right, that Baby Dragon on the top right, man, doing absolute work up there. He still has 23 Hog Riders in this one. I think he's going to be okay. It looks like this is going very well. Still 2 heal spells as well in the bag. Look at the Queen continuing to trounce forward. This is taking a big-time advantage of those big notches in the base where it's just open, and she can go all the way back in and start taking out defenses that are deep, deep in the base.
Yep, and here comes those Hogs. There's your last 2 Teslas just popping up, and there's the heal spell.
You kind of figured they had
almost,
to be there.
Look at that, almost every single Hog Rider. Giant Bomb doesn't matter. Heal spell is going to keep them super healthy. There's another Giant Bomb.
Bombs.
But at least, hey, they weren't side by side. Another heal spell. Archer Queen still has her ability. 71% damage. Town Hall is one of the last structures to go, but not really a concern at this point.
Not at all. He's got
the
cleanup already working. He's got the troops on the edge of the trash ring down there. Wizards taking care of everything. So really, really nice job. Loved it, man.
Yeah,
awesome work, the Phantom.
Turning now, they're going to take out those skeleton traps, get rid of those, and then I don't think there's any defenses left. So the Hogs are just going to work their way through the rest of the buildings. You've got the cleanup wizards, minions, barbarians. Again, the diversity of troop usage, just always love to see it. Giving everybody a chance to get in on the fun.
Absolutely. So Phantom finishing up the 3-star for Team Forums, asserting their control early on in this one. But that control is slowly slipping away here as Team Reddit crawls back into it. Let's go over to the war map and take a look. Each clan has 10 attacks remaining. I want to show you guys who exactly is left up to hit. So if we look at Team Reddit's side first, for the Town Hall 11s, there are 4 left to go. One of those being Apex, one of those being Tarless. Both of those guys in studio with us. In addition to that, Steve-O and Ron Mexico still up for Team Reddit. You got some Town Hall 10s still left to go as well, including Kim Jong-un. He's also in the studio with us here, and that is going to do it for Team Reddit. Looking over at the forums, same story up top, except for they've got an additional Town Hall 11.
Exactly. So you've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Town Hall 11 attacks that are remaining to be used. Then again, you're going to see some of the 10s that haven't gone yet. The 9s at this point, if there's any attacks left down there, they're just going to be scouts. And some of these Town Hall 10s, they've all been used. There you go. Well, some of the Town Hall 10 attacks are going to be fresh hit, kind of scout attacks, and I think that's probably where we're headed next. It looks like it's going to be Smolson from the forums attacking Apex.
I like it. So one thing I gotta give props to both clans. You know, at this point in the war, we're coming down to the thick of it. Each clan's got a few 10s, a few 11s left. All the 9s have gone. Very well organized from both clans. You know, it's one thing to have your attacks go south on the field. You can't always control that. You just do the best you can. But the war planning and the generalship from both clans, phenomenal. So great job to both clans on that.
Exactly. So Smolson, are you ready for this?
I don't think so, but
Smolson, you gonna attack anyway?
I'm gonna attack anyways. We've put together kind of a plan. This isn't something I do a lot. Apex has been a great guy this whole time, and I just thought it would be kind of fun if I got a chance to attack him. So
highly debatable on that, by the way.
Yeah.
So what's really your goal here then, Smolson, out of this attack?
Hopefully to expose the base as much as I possibly can, see if there's any vulnerabilities possibly that maybe one of the 11s can pick up on later. I'd like to pick up 2 stars in a best case scenario.
So maybe a little bit like what we saw earlier, kind of a safety 2-star, but really your guys' intention as a clan is to have somebody hit this for a high percentage later on in the war.
Hopefully, yes.
Okay.
Well, best of luck, Smolson. Let's see what you got, my man.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
Yep, here we go.
I'm tapping my little
Are you
heart
tapping?
out here.
I'll tap
there we
too
go.
just to
I'm
make sure.
in.
Beautiful.
I'm in. So Smolson scanning the base, getting ready to take note of what's going on. There's that early quake like we talked about. You can see it weakening up the Eagle as well as the Town Hall. That actually does a ton of damage. Look at the hit points there remaining on the Town Hall. So softening it up is a tremendous advantage early on, especially if you don't have a use for another Dark Spell in your raid.
Exactly. If you've got it left over, like you said, and you got good damage on the Eagle and the Inferno Tower as well. And of course, also, like we said, too bad you can't just throw infinite earthquakes down there.
Oh, so close on that Queen.
That was close.
Was
She
getting
almost
low
went
on
down.
health and then ended up having to hit the ability because the giant bomb kind of took her pretty low. Things going well so far, though. She continues on the walk, attracting a lot of fire. Eagle Artillery has started, and we are looking pretty good so far. Witch is in on the left side, and we are doing good things going into this base. Bowler's now trying to get to the core.
Yep, pair of jump spells on their way in. Those are the only jumps. Here comes the Clan Castle troops. Good freeze, caught some CC troops, missed the Inferno Tower though. And the bowlers, looks like a big group of them are headed out into the left rather than into the core.
Not ideal. Not ideal at all.
That's
It looks like the
probably
Queen
more
is
than you
down.
want.
That is his last hope to get this Town Hall. Not quite going to be able to get it. King and the bowlers have taken a walk. They've decided that the side of the base is much more interesting, and they decided to do some sightseeing.
They're out for a finished walk.
That's right. Karaoke bar must be over there.
It's cold out there. There you go. Smolson and karaoke bars.
All right, so he's going to fall a little bit short in this one, 43, 44%, somewhere in that range, but the last witch getting taken care of now. That is going to do it. Not quite what he was hoping for, I don't think. Leaving the door open a crack for Team Reddit.
Yeah, well, hopefully Smolson, accomplishing what he wanted, at least in part, right? You got the scout. You kind of exposed some of the, entry points maybe? Or are you more looking for CC troops and things like that?
Yeah, well, triggered 2 of those air mines right off the bat, so I think that probably helped. I was trying to push the Queen the other way. I was a little bit more planned for that than having to come this side. And then when she walked the other way and I was out of baby drags, it really hurt with the funnel. I tried to drop a couple of witches out to the side, hoping maybe they could establish it for the bowlers, but it just didn't pay off, so.
So are you saying we should expect an air attack from a Town Hall 11 on this base a little bit later on then maybe?
I don't know what we're gonna expect, but it'll happen.
Okay.
It'll be better than that.
I love the sense of sincerity there. That's awesome. So hey, good try on the attack though, my friend.
Thanks.
Yep.
All right, next up, we've got our replay from earlier. We have a Town Hall 11 from the Reddit side going in to take on the forums. We've got that queued up already over here on my iPad.
Versus Fippy, and Fippy one of the higher Town Hall 10s.
Perfect. So in goes the Baby Dragons from the bottom left of this base. Again, trying to get that jump spell down, and he wants to get all of those heroes and the bowlers into the base. He's looking to take out the enemy Queen, the Clan Castle, and the Inferno Tower here. So we'll see if he funnels well enough to get that Queen to go to the base.
Yep, you've got 6 haste spells, so with 20 balloons, we're going to see some mad fast balloons going through this base in a little bit once this kill squad hopefully gets the job done. You see they've got a lot of work to do though. The Expo down, 3 Teslas pop over there to the right. The Inferno Tower off to the left, taking some damage. It's out of the way.
Inferno goes down, but the Queen and the Warden are going to take a little bit of a walk here, though. The King and Bowlers push through that compartment awfully quickly. Queen avoids the jump spell. Seems to be a common trend so far this war for both sides, but the balloons coming in now from the right side of this base. Only one Inferno Tower left to try to take out, and he's just going to try to haste through it rather than use a freeze.
Painted with haste all over the place, and there's your rage in the center. I really like that advent of people going to the haste spell rather than just pure rage spells. It's like you're using the haste to actually focus those balloons, and now they've all grouped up on that wizard tower, but it's down.
Yeah, absolutely no splash damage left in this base. We've got 2 air defenses, which usually is pretty fearsome, but with that many balloons left over and only a couple of point defenses left, there is no way that he is going to be stopped in this one. Steve-O from Team Reddit taking care of business and getting a 3-star on Fippy.
With that many balloons, Powerbang, it seems like normally you would think an air defense is like the worst thing possible for balloons, but when you have that many, obviously they just overrun an air defense and you're worried about splash, wizard towers.
Absolutely. The game kind of changed a couple updates ago when we sped up the attack speed of the balloons on their first balloon or on their first bomb drop. Now you can kind of put a lot of balloons in an army, and it's not as crucial to have hound coverage for them anymore because they can simply take care of business and keep the momentum as they push their way through the base, and they just overwhelm these air defenses. They can't keep up.
And you see more and more people using more and more balloons. I mean, 20,
I'm
30,
guilty.
it's crazy.
I'm guilty. It ain't
I
no
use it in
attack
Town Hall
unless-
11. so.
If there's not 30 balloons, you know, you got to have it.
Exactly.
All right, so let's go ahead check out the war
Let's do
map
it.
really quickly. I will bring up the score. We've got ourselves a close one, guys.
It's tightening up
71
a little
attacks
bit.
now
It is
for
tightening
Team
up a little
Forums.
All right, so 99 again, Team Forums hasn't crested that 100-star mark yet, and we've got about 45 minutes left in this war.
We better get
so
cooking.
a lot of
then.
live attacks happening.
We got some
Let's do
attacks
it.
going on. I believe we got Holps up next. Holps.
I watched one of your live attacks earlier, and it was solid. So are you hoping to follow up with
The
another
2
one like
seconds
that?
to spare 3-star.
Oh, come on. Don't be modest. It was clean. It was awesome.
That
it
was an
a
awesome
3-star.
three.
That's
It
all that
really
matters.
was. So where are you headed this time, Holps?
I'm going to be hitting 20. Uses Fizan or Fizan. The general's got back to me 9 minutes ago with my base I'm hitting because we're not confident our 10s will clean them down low. So I'll be hitting 20, trying to go for the 3.
Okay, so absolutely. It's been 2-starred for 75%, so it's all about the triple right now then.
Absolutely, yeah.
And what are we using for an army composition?
We're going Bowler Witch.
Bowler Witch. Okay, what's that called? Bowler Witch. Bowler
Yeah.
Witch. All right, good.
With some shaky spells and, yeah. we'll see how it
Absolutely.
goes.
Okay,
I
shaky
think
spells.
that Bowler Witch is a great army to use for a 9-minute plan. So I think he's going to have a great opportunity to take this one down for 3 stars and get that 6-pack live on stream.
That'd be very cool.
Thank
All right,
you.
so whenever you're ready, Holps, you go with it, and we will be there. We will join you.
Good luck, my man.
Thank you.
Exciting to see. He planned one out earlier. He had all sorts of people leaning over his shoulder as he did a attack in the backstage before the war started.
Absolutely. This
So-
is one of my favorite compositions. You see quite a few variations of the Bowler Witch strategy, but the 8 or 9 witches and then 17 bowlers with only 1 golem for coverage, I find to be adequate in most cases. He starts off with the giants up top, bowlers and witches to start creating that funnel, and their job on the corners is to head down the side of the base. The giant trying to take out this mortar, taking on a lot of incoming fire so far. So on the other
Funnel
side
looks
as well,
like it's
create the
working
funnel.
pretty well. Yeah.
Yep.
Triple jump, so you've got 3 jump spells. There's the second one. And notice that second jump spell is going to touch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different compartments with 1 jump spell. And that's what we're talking about precision. If you know the radius of your jump spells, there's the last one.
Inferno
that's going to
down.
let them get to the far Inferno. And that's key for getting out and trying to finish the 3-star.
Yeah, it's looking really good so far, directing his troops like a boss. But the question is honestly that 3 wizard tower compartment up on the
Yeah,
top left
that
of the
looks
base.
dangerous.
Splash damage is awfully scary, but look at this. The queen is actually heading that direction, doing him a massive favor by
Yep.
taking out not one of those splash towers, but it looks like he might be able to get another one as well, assuming she keeps pathing in that direction. But the pups actually redirect her. She's just confused now.
Kind of back and forth, yeah. Well, she's going to head and take out that Expo. And now it looks like if the jump
She
spells
is
stay
still-
up, there you go. 1, 2 jump spells. She's using the third wall, so that's beautiful. Had those jump spells expired, she's in a lot of trouble.
This is
But
close.
she jumped her way over to the other side. It's going to be tough. You got a mortar, the cannon, 2 wizard towers, the Tesla. There's a lot left up there at the top, PB.
Look at the push coming from the bottom left. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to get there in time. You needed to get those up the side of the base, and it looks like the forums are going to fall a little bit short in this one. Too much splash damage up there with the mortar and 2 wizard towers to accompany the 3-point defenses still left up in this base. Very nice try from Holps. Falls a little bit short though in this one.
Did you happen to notice the warden hitting that wall? After the queen died, the warden gave about 3 or 4 more shots to that wall. It's
I've
like,
given up on Hero AI. I don't know what
oh
to
my
make of it.
goodness. And then he did move on. He started jumping around, but he wanted to smack that wall for the queen there. Almost 90%. It's going to be so close yet so far because it's
So
almost
close,
all
yet so
defenses left.
As a valiant effort, though. The pathing was going great so far, but honestly, that queen just taking so much time, walking back and forth, taking multiple jump spells, trying to figure out what she was doing. That really kind of hurt the momentum of the raid. He might have been able to take out some key defenses if she would have just got with it and taken some of them out. Unfortunate, but
Exactly.
let's ask him a little bit about what he thought
Yeah,
about the
so
raid.
Holps, what do you think, man? That didn't quite go as planned. Is there something that if you, looking back now, you might change, like the placement of a jump spell that lets the queen get over to those wizard towers, or?
Yeah, I did look at the other junction coming down the wizard tower side. I won't make excuses because that should have been a 3-star, really. And, I didn't have long to plan, but we had time to talk about it quickly. And I misclicked my warden power as well. I was misclicked it.
Oh, did you hit it too soon, or?
Well, I misclicked it, went to use it, then realised I hadn't used it, and then had a little bit of on-air panic. And
I see.
clicked it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Well,
that
that speaks to the benefit of spotters. I mean, to have people over your shoulder like that, sometimes it can be a detraction. There's too many people watching. But usually I've noticed a lot of these clans, and even other clans that I've watched, will have one player that's kind of sitting over your shoulder, helping out, helping you, hey, watch out for that ability. Maybe this spell should be adjusted somewhere else than the way it was sketched out originally.
Typically the person that helped plan the attack with you, so they have an innate knowledge of what is supposed to happen. So they see you kind of going off the rails a little bit, they can help correct the situation.
Exactly.
However, I'm not saying Holmes did anything wrong there. It just didn't pan out for him.
That was super close, 90% 2-star, and a solid attack nonetheless. So why don't we go take a look at the war map itself and kind of scroll through things again.
I'm hearing we've got another live attack coming up, so I'm going to pan through this kind of quickly. We've got the Town Hall 11 still in the same shape for the Team Reddit.
Yeah.
Forums still have 4 Town Hall 11s that need to be taken care of, and then we've got a whole lot of Town Halls to take care of as well.
Yeah.
There's one that's unhit. And it looks like everything's starting to get hit, and that's where you see a lot of those stars have been made up right now. Titch, though, number 13, still unhit, and I would imagine you're going to see a hit on that base here in the very near future.
Exactly. So
on the other side,
still with a 6-star advantage, and there you see the blank on Apex, 0 out of 3, and it looks like, what, at least 4, 5, so every other 11 was already hit?
That's right. So we skipped over a live because we got another one coming up right now.
We do.
We've got a star on the board for the forum, so they move up to 103 to 98. But from the Reddit side, Taurus, are you ready to go, my man?
Yeah, ready as ever.
Can you tell us who you plan on hitting?
I'm going to hit their 13.
I had a feeling that might be coming. It's the only one left that has not been hit. What is the Grandmaster plan for base number 13?
Bowler Witch.
Bowler
Witch on Titch.
Bowler Witch on Titch. I like it. Did you do a sketch for this?
I did not. Now I wish I did.
Did you think of another army and then switch? You know, if you don't get a 3-star on this, life's a big problem.
That's right.
It is. They're actually going to keep me in Finland if I don't 3-star.
That could be.
It's almost like on the way here. So, all right, next up, we've got number 13 going to be hit by Taurus. On you, man, whenever you're ready.
All right, perfect. Let me just make sure I got my troops.
Making that last-minute double check to make sure he's got everything. You see Apex kind of leaning over there.
That's right.
Now,
it's good to make sure you take your time, take a deep breath. I know it's a little bit different environment than usual.
All right, I'm going in.
Do you normally see the coach like that put their arm around their neck? No, I'm kidding. No pressure from Apex over there. All right, we're watching Titch. There it goes. Here it comes. So the 11 again, the dip, they call it, dropping down to take out that 10, hopefully grabbing the 3. And Witch is out in the corners.
Loses a Witch right off the bat. That's a kind of an unfortunate blow there. Tesla's outside the base in the corners. He lost a Witch on that bottom side. So we'll see if that comes back to haunt him a little bit later. It looks like the bowlers are being targeted as well down there on the right. So it's the attack is getting weakened already on the bottom right. But let's see if the top and the core have a strong push.
Yeah, exactly. Again, this was a fresh hit, so there's no knowing that there was a Tesla out there. And so Taurus just having to kind of adjust as the battle goes on. You can see you've got a lot of units around the outside taking those structures out. The CC Hound just popped, and everybody in the center working out the core pretty well. And that exit strategy jump spell is already down in the top of the base here.
This queen has to sweep over to the right side and start taking out those Teslas and the splash damage over there. The Expo is doing work. There she goes, perfectly done by the queen. Very nice work. She should head over since there is no jump spell. Maybe we get the Inferno Tower as well.
She's gonna
go through the wall.
Wow.
Oh no!
She's clearly within range of that Inferno Tower.
He's got 4 balloons
the
left.
Wall instead.
4 balloons.
Oh, you're
left.
right. There's more balloons, there's a wizard, there's her ability, so things still looking good for Taurus. Finally, she does get through that wall. Oh, man. None the worse for wear. She really was out of range of other defenses.
I think he's got this in the bag,
she was working on that wall. I think that was probably the key.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't take any damage while she sat on that wall.
Out of the defensive range is always nice, and look at that very clutch attack by Taurus here. Getting those balloons in on the backside of this base. The only thing left to do now is to get this wizard tower taken out.
Yep.
And wouldn't you know it, there's 1 balloon left that he can still use, and he has a queen with the ability. This is all said and done,
Here
guys.
it comes.
Drops the
Already,
balloon in for just to be safe, you know?
Yep. The crash damage from the last loon took the Archer Tower to the right of the Wizard Tower. That was technically probably a swag loon there. It wasn't even needed. And a solid attack from Charles.
Look at the
I heard that
sportsmanship from
earlier. I
Team
have to
Forums.
say, it was really cool to see both clans, really supporting each other.
I love it.
Got to know each other this week here in Finland. It's kind of neat to see the camaraderie. In a way, you guys are warring, but they're also two really, cool communities of the Clash of Clans, and it's neat to see you guys interacting.
As somebody who's made a few of these trips, that's something that I personally value more than, the clashing, the video games, all of that. It's just the people that you get to meet from around the world. Yeah. Very cool. I'm sure these guys could probably feel similar. So, Taurus, very nice work, taking care of Titch, getting that 3-star, my friend. Did everything go as planned? It seemed like things didn't quite shake out the way you thought they might?
That queen bat, the Tesla taking out a witch early, that didn't help. The queen banging on the wall absolutely did not help at all instead of taking out the Inferno Tower that was in range. But I got lucky in the end, and I took it out and got the triple.
A little bit of skill involved as well, so very nice work on that. We have another attack by the Forums, I believe, right?
Yes, this would be Ashu, their #1, their top Town Hall 11, who isn't here with us today, taking on Cerebrus from Team Reddit. So this was Town Hall 11, again, another dip, attempting to take down one of their top Town Hall 10s. And I've got the replay up right here so we can take a look at it. There we go. All right, and it looks like, well, you've got almost 2 rows of stuff. We talked about that earlier. It's kind of fun to fill up more than 1 row.
Absolutely. 2 rows of stuff. I like it.
I mean, spells and troops, you know what I mean?
I got you completely. It's dropped down below, so he's got to really scroll on that bar, and I know sometimes that can be a little bit dangerous as an attacker. You kind of get lost in all of the complexity of the attack, every troop having a purpose, and when you start getting more and more troops, more and more spells involved, you can run yourself into the ground a little bit and get confused.
Yep, so Queen walking out on the right-hand side. Is he hoping that Queen's going to go out and stay on the outside of the base there, Powerbomb?
I believe he is, probably trying to keep her away from a hound, but no hound to be found.
No hound to be found. Valks instead coming out of the CC. Go Valkyries. Oh, so much for that. Okay, there's still 1 in there, but that core getting cleaned out pretty well. Archer Queen is going to stay up. She's got a couple of boulders and a giant wither out there on the right.
Yeah, Friendly Queen should take her out, no problem. She is now down. Queen continues on the outside of the base. Got the boulders and king in the core with the warden there as well. Still has a freeze spell, and probably going to see a delay on that freeze till the Queen gets in range at some point. She's taking her sweet time up there.
Yeah, well, the placement of this Inferno Tower, and there go the Teslas at 51%. Is going to allow the freeze spell to freeze more than 1 defense, but you don't have a lot to this attack left other than the Queen and, 2 minions, an Archer, and a Wall Breaker are being saved.
That's right, so didn't quite work out for Ashu here from the Forums. He's trying to get it done and going to fall a little bit short here.
Yeah, there's a lot of defenses in here being protected, and despite the fact that he's still got a freeze and the healers trying to keep the Queen up, she's going to get the Town Hall, but there's pretty much no way this ends up being a 3. There's that good freeze spell that grabbed the cannon in addition to the Inferno Tower.
Indeed. Look at this, though. He's got that Queen still going. So much of this base still left up, only 45 seconds to go. Not enough time to get it done. The Queen platform, the bomb tower, the Tesla, all missed in the core up there. This is running just a little bit short. But it looks like he's going to need to, have the archers, I believe, take as much percentage as possible.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and fast forward since obviously it's not going to be a 3, but a solid 2-star nonetheless. And like we talked about, I mean, not every war can expect a 3 every single 10,
That's right. That's absolutely right. So we're about wrapped up with this one. It was a good effort. Just didn't quite have enough steam.
Yep, so #1, that was earlier in the war. #1, Ashu from Team Forums. 75%, 3/4 of Cerebrus' base goes down.
Absolutely. A lot of rumors floating around out there, Galadon.
Rumors?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean about... Yeah.
Yeah, we're hearing all kinds of things
People
about
have been talking about that forever. When do you think that Supercell's going to ship this update?
I have no idea. I'm really hoping it's going to float our way here soon. But I know there's a couple things that it's not, though.
That's true. We can, and thankfully we're able to say something about.
We've got some things we can confirm.
Yeah, we can give you guys some confirmed facts. So
you want to confirm #1, or do you want me to confirm?
Well, I'll go ahead and confirm #1.
All right.
Or number 12.
What's it going to be? Number 12? There is no There is no Town Hall 12.
There is no Town Hall 12. Town Hall 12 is not coming in this next update.
All right, so all of you guys out there saying Town Hall 12 is coming, you're wrong.
Yes,
confirmed.
exactly. And
There
do
is
you want
also
to confirm number 13?
Yeah, number 13, indeed. Some rumors about some level 13 walls. I can also say that there are no walls coming at level 13.
Like collective sigh of relief breathed by the whole Clash of Clans community right now.
So a little throwing you a bone a little bit. Got to give you a little bit of information, but I know the Clash team is still hard at work putting together a massive update.
Massive. There's no other way to put it. It's massive. And you can read their recent Facebook posts. They've talked a little bit about how big this update really is, and it's going to be worth the wait.
I'm pumped. Cannot wait. Can't express that enough. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the war. We've got a little more war map to go over. Once again, let's look at the stats here. We've got Team Reddit, Team Forums, and it's close. 73 attacks used for Reddit, 75 for the Forums. Only 5 attacks now for the Forums left, and they're at 103.
Exactly. So it's really tightening up, like we said. It's down to a 4-star lead, 103 to 99. 25 3-stars for Team Forums, 23 for Team Reddit. As close as it could possibly get would be tied, but we're not quite there yet. It's definitely going to get tighter as the minutes count down. I don't know how long is left in this war, but it's not very long.
It's not very long at all.
It's 30 minutes.
We check it out. We got 30 minutes and 3 seconds left in this war, so we better get to it.
I'm getting tense.
Live attack coming right up. Kim Jong-un. You are the man of the hour. Town Hall 10 attack coming up?
Yes, I'm going to be hitting a Town Hall 10. I'm going to be hitting base number 21.
21.
I'm going to do a lava loon.
You sound pretty confident over there.
I like it.
After how my first one went, I don't know if I can be confident.
No?
You can always be confident. It just may be false confidence. But that's okay.
Yeah,
we'll
that'll
find
work.
out sooner or later. Let's see what you got on number 21, my friend. I wish you the best of luck.
All right.
You got it over there? There it is.
I am
Mayron, number 21 from Team Forums. Kim, can I just call him Kim from Team Reddit? I don't want to get picked up by satellites and stuff like that. So
it works for me.
Baby Dragons out for the start. I love to see Baby Dragons by themselves like that.
They're one of my favorite troops as well. Somebody asked me recently what my favorite troop was. At the time, Baby Dragons were definitely it. Love the self-rage feature. Love how they're a little bit tanky, but also pack a punch.
I mean, it's a fantastic addition to Clash. I really like the fact that they added something in like that has such a unique ability. I always talk about that. You know, not just a new, different troop that is going to do something the same. It's got something unique like that.
Valkyrie's trying to get into that Inferno Tower. King should be jumping the wall here in just a moment, or no, he's going to try to go through skeleton traps and the King, luring him forward. So he's going to spend some balloons here to go at that Inferno Tower. Good adjustment. I think he was hoping to take out the Inferno with the Valks and the King, but now he's got great pathing for the rest of this base. Only has a heal spell and a freeze, as well as a couple of haste spells. Haste spells are on the field at this point.
Yeah, 4 more loons going in at the top there, and then 8 minions, so you know where the cleanup's coming from. Archer Queen looks like she's going to get taken out by the pups, and they're going to move on after the balloons.
Yeah, you can hear that he is not happy with the pups that have now latched on to his balloons. Unfortunately, look at how many balloons are in the last part of this base. But look at the pups. This is going to be so close. But unfortunately, I don't see it panning out super
Look at the health of those balloons, just annihilated by the Wizard Tower. Oh my goodness!
Look at this, guys.
Just
so
barely getting
close.
through there.
Skeleton spell or skeleton trap and the pups.
The pups are just that was just too much.
Just ripped it apart.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's going to have enough to get the 2-star here. So this attack may go unrecorded. Unfortunate for Kim Jong-un. That was a very, very nice attack. The Queen just kind of wandered off to the side and took care of that Lava Hound. We talked about this a little bit earlier, the dangers of popping those Lava Hounds. You see those pups later on just wreaking havoc, taking out the balloons. That was just kind of sad, honestly, as he smashed the base otherwise.
That's tough. And that Wizard Tower, I mean, it's just the infinite number of balloons that it can damage at once like that. It doesn't matter if you've got 2 or if you've got 20 up. That Wizard Tower is just going to do so much damage right there.
All right, Kim, tell me, was that a punch to the gut or what?
I didn't miss my Queen ability. I was gambling, hoping that the Lava Hound would kill her before she killed it, and I was just ever so slightly wrong.
Exactly. That's a key point that he mentioned there. Normally, when you have a Queen and a Lava Hound engagement, there are some defenses that are firing at that Queen, and you want her to die, actually, before the Lava Hound pops. That way you don't have to deal with the pups. The Lava Hound flying around is just fine. It won't even go attack the balloons, as they are air troops, and they can't target air troops. So very nice try on the tactics. Unfortunately, not enough defense on that Queen, and, pop the Hound and ruin your day. All
It's
right.
one of those things. It's interesting to, there are times that you don't want to hit the queen's ability.
Right.
And that would be one of them. Most people think it's going to be a fail every time. You're failing if you're not hitting her ability, you're not using the cloak there.
All
Just
right.
didn't work out.
So we've got a forums replay coming up next as well. And
All right.
This looks like number
19, Bin or Bean.
Bean Ben.
E-E-N.
Forums, which is it? Is it Bean or Ben? Bean?
Bean.
All right, Bean it is. Sorry,
Must be
Bean.
from Canada.
It's one of those words that, it can be said both ways. So we've got an attack here from Bean going in on Hendo here. Approaching that Inferno from the east. He's going to try to wall break in while the Tesla is distracted by the Golem. Nice play so far on the funnel as well as the wall break. Things looking good so far as he pushes in to try to take out this level 1 Inferno.
Exactly. The wall breaker got everybody in through that outer compartment, and now the jump spell is going to get them into the core after the Archer Queen, of course, and that Inferno Tower. Looks like you got those loons, the Hound Loon, La Loon ready to go after this kill squad should take care of that Inferno Tower.
Oh, yeah.
There they go.
This is a strong push right now. He has a lot left. The Inferno Tower is down. He's going to make it all the way to the backside. It looks like the Queen still has the ability left, and the enemy Queen is down as well. King is up, used his ability. This is looking really good so far from Bean, and he starts sending in the La Loon portion of the attack for the bottom. Send the hounds!
Right, that's right. You've got what it looks like just 2 air defenses left on the left-hand side of the base. That Inferno Tower trying to go to work on everybody right there, but you've got a couple of haste spells. 1 free spell left. Looks like that Bean was saving that freeze for right there. There it is. And again, that's a good base design. You're isolating the Inferno Tower so that the freeze spell, if and when it's used, is only going to grab the Inferno.
Absolutely. Hindsight is 20/20 on this one. I bet he wishes he would have held that freeze spell back as the Queen actually took out the Inferno as the freeze was dropped, so he ended up not freezing really anything except for the grass. And that grass did not need to be frozen.
But check out those loons in the rage.
Exactly. Look at how they're all piled up in the same exact spot. Wouldn't it be cool right now if you had that freeze? You could freeze that Wizard Tower?
The Wizard Tower, yeah, because even though they did split up, only 1 loon went left. The rest of them went right. And they're going to get the Wizard Tower out of the way, but at what cost?
Yeah, the loons are gone, and at this point, it is not quite going to be enough. 85% and counting. He's going to end up around 91% Bean. Very nice try on this one, but going to fall a little bit short on Hendo. Let's go ahead and see what we have in store next. We've got a random replay coming up from Plastic Walrus as well, I believe.
Yep, definitely. We're just going to keep moving on through these attacks. And so that was a solid 2-star. But next up, I believe we're going to be looking at an earlier Town Hall 9-on-9 attack. So again, what we talked about in the beginning of this war, 40 versus 40 clan war, there's 18 Town Hall 9s, and those attacks pretty much were taken care of early on.
That's right. So on the screen, we've got Plastic Walrus from Team Reddit, and he is trying to get the 3-star on Crowd You from Team Forums. Interesting name there, hard to pronounce. But yeah, look at the baby dragon down there on that funnel, getting the army camps. Easy pickings, and it's going to keep going.
Yep, and a wizard out on the far left, funneling on the left-hand side. So you can see trying to get that golem and the wizards in right there. And then you've got just 1 jump spell ready, and I don't see any wall breakers. So it looks like this right here, the jump spell is just for that kill squad, and then obviously you've got the La Loon that's going to come in after, just like what we saw a few minutes ago.
Exactly. So Baby Dragon still alive and ticking over there on that right side. Beautiful job. Looks like the push in the core starting to slow down a little bit. Queen's still up, has the ability, and she is going to pop it now, taking out the Queen platform, the Dark Storage onto the Expo. Can she get it before she goes down? It does not look like it, but now it's all about the air troops as the Lalo comes in. Haste spells leading those troops quickly into the core, and look at all of those skeletons from the skeleton trap locking onto the hounds. So much better to be on the hounds rather than the balloons.
Exactly. Lots of airbound skeleton traps there, and another haste spell goes down.
Beautiful
right
heal in the
dead
core.
in the center. Love that heal spell. That was beautiful. Keep those balloons healed, and they're nowhere near the wizard towers right now.
That's right.
You can see the remaining wizard tower on the
4
right.
Teslas in there. That could have done some serious damage, but didn't take down a single balloon because of the heal spell.
And there's a lava hound still up. Looks like it's going to go down there and pop right over that other air defense. And then balloons from the bottom right through another haste spell. So that's every single spell. That's all the troops on the battlefield. Nothing left for Plastic Walrus to do but just reap the benefits of a well-planned attack.
Absolutely. So he's got a whole bunch of balloons left, and I know the cannons and mortar ain't going to do a thing about it. So they're going to split up, take those things out.
There you go.
We'll start fast-forwarding through the rest of this base if I can control my screen right. you know, we can't
There
all
they
be
go.
winners, so
there
we
goes
go.
the second star for the Town Hall, and that's a solid attack. I mean, I really like the fact that we talked about the idea that witches are super strong, yet we keep on seeing lots of these air attacks at Town Hall 9 as well.
All right,
so
there's a lot of super strong stuff right now in the game. So
yeah,
air
but
is
not like overpowered.
No, I
would
wouldn't
you
call
say?
it overpowered.
Yeah. There's definitely skill involved in these attacks. So this is no part of Clash where you just spam and win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there is the updated score. You can see behind us 103 to 99. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Team Reddit and Team Forums breakdown. Attacks used only
Still close.
6.
Yeah, still very, very close with not a lot of time left. We have 20 minutes left in this war, you guys. Forums 103, Reddit 99. And yeah, I mean, 4-star advantage. 2 extra 3-star
We've got a couple 3 stars on Team Reddit right now. Team Reddit going to try to make that up. We're going to take an attack here in just a moment from Ron Mexico. Ron Mexico, one of the Town Hall 11s for the forums, and he is going to be trying to get it done here on his attack. So looking pretty good from Ron Mexico. I believe he is going to...
that was Reddit. I've got it right here.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah, Reddit.
It's already
Ron
on the screen.
Mexico.
I'm already driving. Look at that.
All right, there you go,
They
man.
never left me. So perfect. Ron Mexico in from Team Reddit here, and he's going to start off with a balloon on the corner, protecting it with that life aura from the Warden. Maybe he gets a bomb drop off here before the air defense takes it out.
I mean, that's some planning.
Not.
Almost.
Maybe not.
Maybe not ideal,
That
but
seemed
that was
ambitious
definitely
to
a
me.
plan. Definitely tried to get that mortar down there with a single balloon.
Absolutely.
And I
So-
guess you'd see that work sometime.
Yeah, no, it's typically when the mortar's outside the base and not directly guarded by an air defense. So not quite what normally works, but you know there was a chance he might have had it. But you know what? It's going to be fine. He's going to take that mortar out and continue on in the right direction with his queen, anyways.
Kind of proof that was a fresh hit, because otherwise he would have known that wasn't going to work. But look at that jump spell, just barely catching the outside edge of that wall, but everybody's going in.
I love it when you drop that jump spell to try to get over like a junction and go over 2 walls rather than 1, and sometimes players leave that short and actually don't make it over the first wall, losing the benefit of the whole thing. Kind of funny. Got close on that one to having that happen.
That was super deep.
He's going to make it. So King over the wall, he's gone all the way up and around the outside moat of this base. That's exactly what it's designed for, to lead those troops away from the core. You can see the queen all by herself now, and Ron Mexico is going to struggle to get through the rest of this one. We'll see if he can overwhelm the lower level defenses like that low level Inferno with his balloons.
Yep, you got 2 air defenses left, and it looks like a pair of lava hounds, but those skeleton traps all over the place. That's a ton of balloons, but again, dead center, 2 wizard towers. Heal spell is going to go down, though. I like the heal. And look at the Tesla farm just getting annihilated, though.
We have left up a wizard tower, though, that could come back to haunt him. You know, those balloons, that's the worst. When you have to go back and get a wizard tower, that is always scary. Look at that. It branches off perfectly, though. That is going to do it on this base. Ron Mexico getting it done. 43 seconds left. Freeze spell still in the bag, so convincingly taking this one out. Very nice work to Ron Mexico. And Team Reddit, again, putting some more stars on the board.
Yeah, talk about overkill. You had 2 lava hounds that were still up at the end of this attack that haven't popped over here on the far right. And he dropped a bunch of balloons over by the Town Hall before the last defense was taken down. One of them late enough that it stopped on the Town Hall. The rest of them headed down for the bottom. And a solid 3-star win.
Amazing. So that just tells me you need more loons. Always more loons.
More loons. I'm telling you can never have enough balloons.
Never. So I'm hearing time's ticking down. We've got a live attack queuing up right now. From the Reddit side of the house, it looks like our boy Apex is going to be getting ready to attack. Apex.
You had time to plan?
Who are you going to hit?
No time to plan. I was going to hit a 10, but, I mean, things looking kind of bleak, so I got to go.
You think that they're bleak enough to where you're going to swing for the fences? You're going to
Yeah,
point?
well, I'm going to swing for, I'm going to try and go to, I'm going to try to go like he did and go for the 3, but I'm going to try and get a safe 2 just to be on the safe side. It's the same thing as if I get a 3.
Like a 2+ attack, so make sure the Town Hall is
like a
kind of
2.5.
in the line of fire.
Yeah, if we look, just looking real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, if I hit a
base
10.
anyway.
Yeah, I was
So
just
we
looking
need
at
to
your
get
map real
2
quick.
on
All your
our
10s, all the 10s of forms have been 2-starred.
Yeah.
So your best you could do on a 10 is improve by 1 star, pick up a 3.
Correct.
So whereas he could go after, well, there's 4 different 11s of forms that have only been 1-starred. So you've got the likelihood of adding 1 star and that outside chance of adding 2.
Yeah. It's a gamble either way. It all comes down at the end of the day to execution. So let's see if Let's see if Apex can execute.
Which number are we going after again?
I guess I'm gonna go with 6 just because I think he's a great gentleman and I'd like to attack his base. That's
Excellent. Consider it an honor. Holtz in studio over here on Team Forum side is going to be hit right now by Apex.
All right, best of luck, Apex. When you're ready.
What's the worst that can happen?
Again, that double check just to make sure, you got all your troops ready.
It's always bad.
And it's only 16 minutes left in this war, so this would be a big pickup if he could grab 2 more stars right now. So, but the thing about Apex, man,
the epitome of clutch if you can make it work.
Yeah, there he goes.
If I could triple him,
All right, he's in, and we're in. Thank goodness.
All right,
Apex versus Hulp. So both of them in the studio right now. You're looking over Apex's shoulder. You can see him attacking. You can see the attack underway. I'm whispering as if we're on the golf course, even though it's not really necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like he's got the bowlers and witches coming in here, and he's trying to get this thing 3-starred, man. He's coming at the eagle from the side, but making sure the key in this attack is that he's taking on 1 Inferno at a time. You can see he does not have any free spells, so he's counting on his Warden to kind of get him through.
Exactly. A couple of rage spells yet to be deployed, a couple of jump spells. There goes one of the rage spells now. He's even got a wizard, 2 hog riders, and 2 balloons.
Absolutely.
Ready to go.
I really like how he sent in the Giants here. He sent in about 6 or 7 Giants out of the CC, it looked like. And those are actually going to tank all of the Inferno beams so that, that early Grand Warden ability that he used, it actually didn't matter as far as the Inferno damage being sent to his bowlers because the Giants were taking it all.
Yep, second star, or the Town Hall, there's the last jump spell. Second star is on its way as we hit 50%, so there it is. There's the 2-star for Apex. On his way, though, grinding his way through the core. At this point, it looks like it's just about percentage.
Absolutely. It's so much base left at this point, but he is trying to clear out as much as possible because in the case that this comes down to percent, every building matters.
Exactly. And this should crest them over. I believe that would be their 100th star for this attack, but it looks like we're going to be in the 60s somewhere. A few witches left on the left-hand side. I think that's it for the attack.
We'll see how far they can go, but nice work to Apex picking up the additional star. Again, whether it was a 2-star on the 11s or a 3-star on the 10s, netting 1 star for his team, absolutely crucial, and he was able to accomplish that.
Yeah,
so nice
this is the best bet. You absolutely have to try this, I would think.
So as this attack finishes up, let's talk to Apex. How did the attack go from your perspective? Anything you would have liked to have changed besides having more planning time?
That's obviously the number one thing because I really just slapped the army together and had to switch as the war went on. But, it's just kind of spammy attack. You got to kind of deal with the results that you get out. I wish I had to, I dropped the Giants after I dropped Heroes, rookie mistake, and had to pop my Grand Warden ability early. I could have got a lot deeper and got to that second Inferno, and that would have gave me a shot at it to tank some things, but I messed that up, so still got the 2. So
it was a good recovery on the Giants, though, tanking the Infernos, because I thought that's where you're going to use the Warden ability, as you kind of alluded to, was making sure you got through that first, Inferno tower, either with the Giants, and then either way, using the Warden ability when it was further into the base would have been a lot more valuable for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And to Apex's credit, it's not an easy thing when you have your time to plan an attack up here. Normally these guys are going to be at home talking to their friends on whatever other, the clan members. They're going to plan this out for a lot longer than 45 minutes or so that he had to go from one attack to the other.
Right. So we've got an attack coming in now from the forums. This is a replay, one that went down earlier. Madur went in and he tried to get the 3-star here again with the witches.
Yeah. This is Madur's second attack, and we're again looking at another 9 versus 9. Everybody from number 23 down on this 40 versus 40 war was a Town Hall 9. So for you guys who are joining us late, Reddit versus forums, 40 versus 40 clan war, 6 11s, 16 10s, and 18 Town Hall 9s.
Absolutely. So we've got a heal spell down on the troops as they push through this base. They're trying to get through the wall here, and it's interesting. Some of them want to go outside to take on that cannon. Some of them finally are going to go to the jump spell and push further into this base. Looking good so far. I like on the right side here, you can see that one witch who is taking some fire from the archer tower. It's just, she don't care. She's going to keep pushing on. She got the healer keeping her up, no big deal. Queen working her way through the wall, and that should give her access to quite a few more defenses inside the base.
Exactly. We talk about the different variety of armies that we're seeing. There's a lot of units flipping off the screen right there. But the Queen, the healers, Okay, let's get there. The witches and the bowlers, and they're the Teslas topping up on the right-hand side there. I can't say anything correctly. It's just too many units. Look at all those skeletons at the top of the screen.
So many weapons. So we've got the Tesla farm popping up on the right side.
Yep.
Normally people would look at that and be like, uh-oh, that is not a good thing. So in this particular scenario, it looks like he's able to keep those witches going, chipping away at the Teslas. They are taking out those witches, but we've got more coming from the top of the map.
Yeah, and no splash damage, like you like to point out, PB. There's nothing, there's no mortars, no wizard towers. Teslas seem ferocious, but against dozens of skeletons, they're just
absolutely.
Really stand
when you're
no
planning
chance.
these raids, that's exactly what you're looking for is where are the wizard towers? Where are the mortars, and how quickly can I take those out so that you can use the regeneration of those skeletons to just, kind of waltz your way through the rest of the base, as you see here.
All right. Well, zip, bang, boom, there it goes. That's a 3-star. And I tell you what, why don't we just kind of skip through some more of these replays really quickly?
Oh my gosh.
And because we're getting down to the end of this war.
Exactly. We've got a whole bunch of stuff that's happening right as we speak. It looks like Team Reddit currently sitting at 100 stars, as Galadon mentioned earlier. And looks like the forum's currently at 104.
Yep, so Reddit not able to add any more stars on recently in the forums. Is that 26 now?
Yeah.
26 3 stars.
They've added another 3-star.
23. They added another triple, you guys. That is impressive. And not a lot of attacks left. 5 attacks for Team Reddit, and they need to gain at least 4 stars.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and get into another attack here. We have Zag Geek here from Reddit. And we're
attacking
take a look at
Blood of an Enigma from Team Forums. These names, I'm telling you.
We've got it up here. It is a Town Hall 10 being attacked by a Town Hall 11, and this was kind of a turning point a little bit earlier. This is one that kind of gave Reddit a little, or Team Forums a little bit of an advantage here. So you see the zaps come down.
Yeah, it's nice to see a different attack here. So the one earthquake, like earlier, a dip. Well, there's another earthquake. So spread out earthquakes, lightning spell to start things out. So Zapquake, would we call this?
Zapquake is exactly what this is called, not to be confused with those zaps from that other game. But yeah, he's got the baby dragons coming in.
Check that out right there.
Look at this, all those baby dragons. Not a common strat at all for a Town Hall 11 hitting a 10. But let's see exactly how he does with this. A whole bunch of baby dragons up on the right, and the Warden sent in with the balloons as they're just trying to charge the base and take out these key defenses.
Yep, so the Inferno Tower goes down pretty quickly, saving that last rage. You can see they're going to close in on that high-level Wizard Tower, and that's when you drop the other... Zag dropped the other rage spell there.
That's right.
Trying to get these balloons in, but they're protected by the Warden's ability for a few seconds anyway.
Indeed. So looks like the balloons get in, take out the Queen, and a whole bunch of defense as well. Look at the baby dragons working their way through.
That's great.
This is impressive so far. So they
are.
are.
King.
If only there was one more rage spell, because you see that group of baby dragons, they self-rage, assuming they have enough distance between them and the next air troop. And in this one, no such distance was taken advantage of, and it's not necessarily, Zach's fault, because it's a kind of a brute force, like a overwhelming attack where you just try to gain momentum and keep it going throughout the raid. But the Queen and the Warden have gone around the outside of the base.
They wrap all the way around to the outside. Pretty healthy throughout most of this raid, too. You can see the Archer Queen, she's got the King tanking for her, and the Warden, he's at 100%. Now, the Queen looks like she's going to have to use her ability. Oh, there you go. There's her ability right behind the Barbed King.
So it looks like that baby dragon in the core locks onto the Inferno Tower. Got to keep that thing down, and it is just about to go.
Boom! There's where it did take advantage. Being the last baby dragon left,
that's
pretty upset, got that rage, and that was a key defense that went down.
That Tesla is an absolute hero, though, is keeping all of those baby dragons at bay, and it looks like the King, everything left in the base right now on offense is a hero, pretty much.
Yep.
We've got the King, the Queen, and the Grand Warden still alive, which you don't see often, and they are pushing for that final remaining defense, as well as that clan castle in the center of the base.
Isn't it nice how they're going at 2 different sections of walls, only about 6 wall sections apart? No comment. No comment.
No comment at all. Sorry, I couldn't hear anything. Somebody was speaking. And,
Lava Hound, though. Here comes a Lava Hound. That's going to kind of stall things here. Barb King, he's going to get stomped on that wall there. He's not making it any further.
Absolutely. So it looks like the King is down. Queen, wow, look at this. Not quite going to get it.
Oh,
3
the
buildings
balloon.
remaining, and it is down. So very nice try from Zag Geek here. But let's go ahead and back out of this one, and we will go ahead and take a look at another attack.
I think so. I think we're moving over to an attack from the forums. This would have been Fippy's second attack. Fippy is one of their top Town Hall 10s, And where did Fippy go? Was he attacking another 10?
Fippy hitting Tendo, number 21. It's the lowest Town Hall 10, level 1 Inferno.
Okay.
So a great opportunity to pick up a 3-star here.
Okay. So absolutely, this would be fully intended to be a 3-star attack. If you're going to see a 10 on 10 3, you're going to hope that your top Town Hall 10 can definitely 3 their bottom Town Hall 10.
Absolutely. So the attack here starting from the right side, again, we've seen this base hit once before, and this is going to be a cleanup attempt on it by Fippy. And the heroes go from the right side of the base, again attacking the same side, trying to get the same objectives, the CC, the Inferno, the Queen. There's that jump spell opening up the junction, and the bowlers coming in a little bit more delayed this time, and we'll see if they can keep those alive just a little bit longer and get that deep push into this base.
Exactly. If you remember from earlier, this is actually a pretty similar attack to what we saw. So you're seeing those slight modifications being made to the attack, trying to improve on an earlier attack. You've got that ground kill squad that we saw earlier on this exact base. So that earlier scout serving a big function here, hoping that Fippy can pick up the triple. And did he? We're about to find out.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So Queen's still alive, working and actually distracting that Expo in the core. Really nice job so far. Queen about to use the ability. Here it comes. Ability used. Expo on the far side taken down. Now onto the Town Hall. Going to lock up that 2-star. And then the balloons are working their way through. The pathing right now absolutely brilliant. And still has another Lava Hound and 5 balloons left to deploy.
Yep, and there's the freeze spell. This time versus the last attack, the Archer Queen up towards the top right on her favorite target, the wall, instead of down there taking out the Inferno Tower like she did earlier. So this time the freeze spell really was needed.
And this is actually helpful because check this out. Now the Queen can actually help the pathing of the balloons, keeping them all together on the outside of the base. Now they don't have to split to the bomb tower. You see them all go together.
Look
to
at the
that
balloons
Archer
under
tower.
that haste spell. We're watching out for that Wizard Tower, though.
Well, look at that. He's got a loon coming in the backside.
Oh, man.
While that Wizard Tower is going to do some damage, because he saved those 2 balloons, he's able to get this triple taken care of. Fippy with the 10v10 action.
Look at that. Well done, and that's exactly what we're talking about. Using the first attack as a model. Very similar. I mean, it looked like maybe the Army was even identical, Powerbank.
Absolutely. Army pretty close. It's just a matter of execution. That what you want to see is how you can tweak the Army, tweak the attack to make things a little bit better and ultimately pick up the 3 stars. So let's go ahead, hop back into the war map here.
Let's do it.
We've got the stats up on the screen for you. Coming down to the very end of it in this one, Reddit.
4 minutes.
Now with only 3 attacks remaining, 101 stars in the bag. Team Forums right now with only 2 attacks remaining, and they are at 105. So they've got the advantage right now for sure with 4 additional 3 stars. They've got to hope for a miracle over on Reddit's side.
Yep, and we've got 4 minutes left, under 4 minutes now left in this war, so I can see Locke over there just kind of grinding his hands together, wanting to get this attack underway. He's going to be our last live attack of the day. Locke, the Town Hall 11, where are you going?
Number 3. Apex.
You're going to go after number 3. All right, so we're going to see that 11 on 11 attack. This will be one of the last attacks of the war. The war will pretty much wrap up by the time this attack is over.
3 minutes to go in this one, guys.
So let's go ahead and talk about your attack. I mean, just, what are you planning on doing?
Just reenacting my previous role of bowler spam.
Bowler spam again. All right, so we won't delay you any longer. When you're ready, Great Lock, go ahead and do it. 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in the war.
All right, so here it is. The Great Lock going in, trying to secure a Town Hall 11 versus 11 3-star here. A compact base, making bowlers a very, very viable option here for him on Apex's base. So starting off with the Baby Dragons on the southeast, it looks like. Getting a lot of value there from the
look at all those structures going down, and then the Queen's going to walk. And that's going to be more of the funnel, I would imagine.
Man, I thought she was going to start going through the wall there. That was awfully close to...
Quad Quake again. Quattro Quaco.
Quattro Quaco. All right, so bowlers in from the right side. It looks like the Queen going to stay up with the Rage spell. And look at the Golem going in. Perfect spot to be tanking and hopefully making an entry into that base. So really nice job on the entry so far. Now he's just got to get through the wall. Small detail.
Yeah, the wall is there. There's no jump spells left, but the bowler's skipping rocks all over the place. Look at that Rage spell. Come on, you just got to get in there and use it.
Oh, my
There's
goodness. Look at that Warden ability.
Wow.
So clutch, keeping the Queen alive.
Yeah, you can see the Queen just barely survives through that. There is one Rage spell left. The CC minions are going to be a problem there, but they're eventually going to get taken care of as we head and take out the Town Hall
Queen
for
is
the
Houdini.
first
She is
star. She is still up. That is amazing. And there it is. Town Hall falls, 47% damage. And she's still up. Now the bowlers are tanking for her.
Unbelievable. So the bowlers putting, their their rocks to work, chucking them over the wall, taking out the defenses up there on the top of the base. Somehow the queen's still alive, finally.
That's amazing how long she lasted right there.
So that was insane. She got hit by the Eagle artillery very, very early on, and just somehow found a way to survive.
Yep.
So starting to wrap this one up here, it looks like.
Yeah, that's about it. There's some wall breakers dropping in from the outside. There's the wall breakers.
Yeah, you know, it's usually wise to use those towards the end after everything has, beaten
Oh, is that how they're
walls.
supposed to be used?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the new meta. So it looks like the forums here actually with an excellent attack, adding a star to Team Reddit. So we are going to back out here to the final screen. We have we've got one more attack. I'm going to actually pop into
Let's go ahead
it really
and take a
quickly.
look at
Let's
that real
watch
quick.
it. We got a minute left in the war.
As long as it's underway.
So here we go. We've got Steve-O here from Reddit trying to be a hero going in against Harlan's Chang from the forums, and he is pushing his way in. Look at that, taking out the bomb towers, going towards the core. He's got expos.
Lots of balloons headed in there.
So much defense he's trying to get through.
Yep, you got that Eagle artillery on the other side, and the air sweeper just causing havoc with those balloons. Another rage spell, or that's a haste spell, but the balloons, not a lot left of those balloons, and the Eagle is just going to annihilate whatever is left.
Absolutely. He's got an Expo, he's got a Tesla, he's got an Inferno guarding that town hall. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. The Eagle artillery still is standing. He's trying to get that first star. I do believe that they've got 1 star on all of the Town Hall 11, so I don't know that this is going to be able to add much to their total, but you know, for his own sanity, I think he's going to get away here with the 1-star 50%.
Well, he did grab the 50%. The Town Hall is going to stand, and as this attack is wrapping up, so is this war. The final seconds have just ticked off the war counter, and this is just going to be 1 star from Steve-O for Team Reddit, and the war is ending right now, Powerbang.
Absolutely. So we have a 1 archer left in the camp. So let's go ahead and take a look at the score. It looks like we have a Team Reddit 102, Team Forums 107, and that looks like it's how it's going to stay for the remainder of this one. Team Forums ran out to an early lead, and they really did a nice job maintaining control the entire time.
Absolutely. Team Reddit did their best to come back, but it just wasn't quite enough. Some great live attacks in the studio. Such a great try from those guys, but Team Forums, like you said, didn't have any trouble early and really closed out late, and here we are. It's all over. The official winner.
It looks like it's going to be Team Forums over here. So, yeah. They keep bringing me these cakes, guys.
You could say they took the cake.
Absolutely.
Team Reddit, you guys put up a great effort. It was fun to see the attacks. You guys had supreme confidence and a lot of good sportsmanship. And that was really what this was about. 2 major communities of Clash of Clans coming together this week. Thank you guys for being here. It was a pleasure to meet you all and to see you all war.
Absolutely. So let's talk to the forums here just for a moment. You guys, awesome work. Let's talk to our man Holps here. What do you think sets you apart? You guys kind of came out, took control early. Don't mind the fact that I'm holding a large cake. It's completely ornamental.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I don't know what I'm doing with this yet, but I might have a bite here soon. But tell us about the war. What set you guys apart in this one?
Well, I talked to Super Finch before the war, and he was a little bit disappointed with our base design last time. Even though we won the war, it was very close. So we had a lot of help this time round. Sergeant Zook at 1 high, thank you for the bases. And I think that made the difference up at the top. The 10s really struggled pushing up on our 11s.
Absolutely. One thing I got to say is that this was controlled start to finish by the forums. This is their second win in the series. It's going to put them ahead 2-0 in this one. Yep. Will we see a third match? I don't know.
We could. You never know.
We'll have to see. So for those of you guys watching at home, make sure if you have not subscribed to the Supercell, YouTube channel that you do so. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up in future streams. So
a lot of cool stuff. Massive amounts of cool stuff.
Indeed.
Coming up. Thank you guys again for Powerbang and myself. That is an amazing cake. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Congratulations on a well-fought war to all 80 members of both clans that were here, to the entire Clash of Clans community. We love you guys. It was a great time. That's going to do it.
Hoorah. All right, guys. Let's hear it.
All right. Good war.
You're welcome.
Is that strawberry?